Fire me then. I have free speech. This is a public entity. You want to go down that road?
See, and so this tells you how Wade was, and you know, we all have our opinions, but when my uncle died, I know that says for him, Wade said, is he your uncle, or is he your dad, or something? I said, he's my uncle. He says, oh, you mean he's your dad, so you're just gonna take off, like, you know, like a higher, he didn't charge me with any.
Because uncle, you're not supposed to be
Correct.
anything.
But it was such a sudden, like, I got the call when I was plowing snow, like, he just died.
But it's not.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty stand-up.
Well, he took care of his employees.
Yeah.
This son of a bitch won't take care of everybody but himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Take care.
last winter when Jessica's mom was having issues at the house and they needed an ambulance out there, I called Matt. Matt said to call Wade. I called Wade, and Wade had the blades and the trucks out there and had the road cleared and was able to get the ambulance out there and everything. I mean, and, you know, that made that.
Keephog wouldn't answer his phone or something. He wouldn't even come in that time.
I called him, personally called him on Sunday night
He's hanging you out here.
before Martin Luther King Day and said, we're working tomorrow. And he says, I got things to do.
He's above the rest.
Evidently, he doesn't have to go out
God
on the
didn't have
weekend
anything
and
to
fix
do,
his arm.
Brandon didn't have anything to do.
We all got shit.
I'll sit here fighting cold weather around the weekend.
Hello, who was it? I needed wood wall,
But he would keep it.
right, because we couldn't do anything during the daytime, because we were all working.
He's a chicken shit from the worst of it. He used to. He's done it. We have to shut the fucking thing down. So the commissioners wake up. That's what we're gonna do. And I told her that. I said, if you're gonna pay to do it.
But then he's gonna come back on Linda. At some point, somehow, we gotta get you out of the loop with this whole thing
But
because
she's not gonna be able to.
There's just no way to get out of the loop.
And that's, he knows it.
And then.
But still, she's not gonna fire all of us. You know, she can come out there and tell us all we want, but if we all just shut it down, she can't force us. And she's not gonna fire all of us. I mean, I don't want you to be in that position. We want to protect you too, but they're not gonna fire every one
Well,
of
the
us.
taxpayer.
And you can do whatever you wanna do. If we
I
shut,
can't fire everybody.
yeah,
I can't.
So now you pick one.
but I know it's putting you in a tight spot, but we're still gonna go back to you. You done proved yourself to us when it came to John,
I said just loud enough.
and we got your back too.
I said,
And we hate to put you in that position.
And I told these guys when you stood up for John that he's coming for you.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, yeah.
you went behind his back.
And I knew it when I did
It
it.
still is.
Because I called him and told him that I got John back on administrative pay. And
He was pissed off.
he went ballistic.
I'm telling you that.
The day that happened, we went back to work. And John and I was standing out there in the car. John, here's him across the park. Come out here and says, "Hey, John, let me get over you." John said, "Well, that being wrote up." I says, "We can do that anytime, Scott." He looked at John and said, "Are you on the clock?" I looked at him, I said, "Yeah, he's on the clock." He just turned around and walked off. He pulled back, and I came right up to him, I said, "If he says I'm fired, you probably have to call an ambulance, because I'll kick his fucking ass."
been giving you lessons, hasn't he?
Yeah, John's kinda had me schooled on it.
John's got that karate and that jiu-jitsu going for him.
I wouldn't sign it.
Yeah, you don't get fired for not signing.
Any other job, that's immediate termination, but evidently, just Todd
And
wouldn't
you
sign
know
it.
that chicken shit down there, you got in that office?
Right, I
He got
remember
wrote up
that.
over that and he never.
Turn around and
never
pull
signed
back
it.
if
I
you,
signed
I'm sure that's you got.
He ever writes me up, I ain't signing it.
Well, you
it.
took
Turned
it
it
over.
over.
Did you want to,
About me, him,
did you
blah,
guys,
blah, blah.
he's
I
glad
said,
that
oh
we,
yeah, he's trying to throw
you
somebody
can
else.
see that we can unite together.
See, it's
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what he told you?
And I'm sure he can
I
say,
down there, Matt.
we can unite together.
He's like,
He's a
we ain't
two-faced
rich.
chicken
He's
shit.
not a
son.
team player.
Wow.
Fuck out.
He is pretty fucking dumb if he wants us to unite.
I said, Matt,
But then he just turned around and made John call everybody and say something against John.
Ever,
He just wasn't putting up with
I
you.
tried.
You wasn't picking on him, making him.
ever. He was standing outside with us before we even went into the meeting and talking like,
Yeah.
you know, like everything was just the way it always has been.
And like I told you, Linda, he's gotta meet us 50-50. He's gotta meet us halfway. Josh has to meet us halfway.
Yeah.
And he does, he does, he needs to meet you, meet everybody halfway.
And
You
I'm,
expect this, I expect that.
I'm sorry, but if he's gonna pull that shit against John, how come he has a hostile work environment fired on him, talking about, I'm gonna fuck your wife, I'm gonna fucking
Okay,
beat your
everyone,
fucking ass.
every one of these is hostile work environment, where we like the sheriff's office and get 25,000 apiece for having a hostile work
Key
environment.
fobber's not, key fobber's the whole root of the whole problem. And I've told Fred White, so if you get rid of him, your problems will minimize. But as long as you keep him, you're gonna have problems, and your problems will work.
He's kind of in a safe place, because he can put everything off on her. Anything that he does that we can't get accomplished is back on Linda.
It's back on me.
Anything, and then if we
Anything.
can't get it on the other side, then the commissioners, it's their fault. So he's pretty right in the middle, he's just,
Yeah, he's
Something's
not
gotta-
gonna do anything himself that can come back and,
right.
if he's gotta look up anything, dig into anything, he's gonna put it off on somebody else.
Yeah, so it's.
And he's
gonna have
shoving
to be
everything else
something.
on Matt too, which is complete bullshit.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
And if he's not careful, he's gonna lose fucking Matt.
He's
Yeah.
running
Because
Matt.
Matt's
to
already
fucking bury him.
confronted me about,
And that's
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yes.
you know, I wish I'd have never taken this job.
Right.
He said if I'd known now what it was.
We don't get
the
nothing
That's why
out of
Terry
it.
quit.
Like, I would
Well,
say.
Terry
Yeah,
quit.
you're 100% right.
Terry quit, and I know this for a fact because Terry told me to my face. I quit because of fucking Scott Kiefer. Yes. He told me that to my face.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just like Dawn quit down there because of Darlene.
And why is Tara going back to
Pushing Leon out.
Kiefer and probably made her uncomfortable to where she had to get back to where she was at.
Oh, I truly believe that Tara left because she got out there and she went, fuck this. I'm
Yeah.
out of here.
Well, he's in there sniffing on her all. Yeah.
Like a
He
dog.
didn't want no one talking to Terry.
He done isolated her, she's like, oh.
But as soon as everybody was out of there, if you see him from the shop, he was always in there.
Yeah.
He even told old Steve Cameron not to come in there and reach him. Steve Cameron.
He thinks he's a lady. He really.
You know what? So someone was saying something to Jennifer. I think it was me and Brady or something. You just watch that sly little motherfucker. She said, "You know, I've heard that from a lot of
So
people."
I got a question, kind of putting you on the spot a little bit.
Yeah, but Jennifer won't put up
You know
with it.
how it's better to come to somebody than to go off
I know Jennifer. Jennifer will put him in his place.
If you watch Keep On,
operating
why is that?
on next year's budget right now.
Yes.
Yeah. You gotta be. Fuck, we've been out of money.
We've been out of money for.
Okay, now here's my point, Linda. 3 months before the end of the year, if you've already blown through all of our money and we have not made any major purchase of any kind, a little bit of equipment for Bob's paving, right? The asphalt paving?
got a
Like
new
the
blade.
old reader or whatever and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, just.
So if we ran out of money without any major spending right now, 3 months before the end of the year, we're gonna be out of money by July of next year.
Yes.
So now what are we gonna do? Are we gonna borrow money and ask the taxpayers to pay more money to make those fucking payments to put back into our budget?
I think
And then
we
you're gonna
don't
paint a
have-
bigger target on your back saying it's for your rates.
He took money out of the landfill pocket and put
This
it
is the stuff I want the
And you ain't
public
supposed to
to
do
know.
That's the stuff
So
that's
they
gonna
can
get you
come in
fired.
and say, where the fuck is this money?
At the
And
end
you
of the
are
day-
gonna tell me, and I'm not gonna leave until we find out.
That's the thing about this, whatever we put in the paperwork, it's gonna be more in the budget deal, the money
Yeah,
deal.
and
How
the
we're
money.
already chewing off next year's deal is what
That's
they're
what's gonna
really
get
see.
him, is where the money.
Because he's in
that's his
control
job.
of the money.
Yeah.
He's the one, like I told you, when we were having our conversation on the job, I said, his fucking job is to sit here and go through these fucking receipts and cost analyze these projects. Not to assign them, not to ramrod them, not to go chew him out and tell him to tell another operator to go fucking do something else. You know,
Not to sit on the phone and
he
monitor
should be
everybody all
in the
day.
fucking courthouse in a little corner with a phone and a
Yeah.
bunch of fucking
He shouldn't
paperwork
even be down.
doing what his job is.
They
That-
showed a picture of Topeka, Shawnee County's public works director on
Very
TV the other
nice,
day.
yeah.
He was in a three-piece suit coming from work.
The worst of it is,
And I'm like,
I have told Pruitt 3 times.
What?
You wanna find out what's going on? He's, well, I told him, it's shady shit. Well, I don't see it. I said, you're on the wrong side of the fence, Mark.
They need to move, they
I
need
said,
to
you
move
need
up
to come
there.
out here to work. Cause we're telling you what we're seeing. So if you wanna know, you 3 goddamn commissioners, you meet with your employees
Yeah.
without key fob, and you'll find out. what's
Just
going
like
on.
I asked
Oh,
him to do.
yeah, I tried that. And
Yeah.
you see how that fucking worked
And
out.
I asked Chris to do the same thing when I didn't get my blade pay,
Yeah.
you know, when I took over the blade. Keith Bobber made me wait, and the reason I didn't make a big stink to him is because, see, if I went to him and go, you son of a bitch, why aren't you paying me? Then he knows that he's got me in the back of his mind going, so he's got me. So if I like, hey, fuck you, bitch. I'm still buying my fucking food, I'm still paying my rent, I'm still working on my house. And when you pretend like he can't get to you,
Yeah.
then
Fix
fucking,
it in.
you win, he don't win.
This is
The other
another
thing
one you
is,
need to.
when he thinks he's got you for 5 minutes, he don't realize we're gonna fuck him 45 minutes through the day somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Over that 5-minute bitching thing he has. We're gonna fuck him 45 minutes.
Slow him down, we understand that, but we're fucking him too. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Oh, he was mad when he figured out that project's not gonna be done right.
Oh, you should have seen him. You should have seen him that morning, that first morning he was gone. Kevin was in there, and I was in there, and Raymond was in there, whatever. And Kefauver walked in and leaned up against the desk, and Kevin was facing the desk, and all he did was just turn and face me and Raymond, and we started talking. Kefauver was right behind, and we didn't, none of us acknowledge that he was even there. He could have had a mini stroke, and we don't even know it. He was so fucking mad that we
I
fucking.
turned my back to him and started talking to you,
Yes,
like I was a boss.
yes.
And another thing that's bullshit, Bob Miller
Yeah.
is fucking ran a blade for 12 years, and he comes in here, he thought he needed to better his life. I thought we weren't supposed to discriminate against people that are trying to.
You know, I brought that up in that supposedly investigation meeting that I had that supposed to, did you get a call?
No,
Did you get a call?
the day they brought you papers out, remember?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I brought that up, and I brought Bob Miller's situation up. Oh, they're gonna look into it. But guess what? Did anybody get a call?
No, so
No. So they were targeting my ass.
Yes.
I found this out the other day.
Richard, you still have that paper?
Mark Pruitt went to Bob Miller,
That paper, Richard.
and Bob
What?
Miller ate his ass for an hour
I still have that paper.
at a whole football game.
Make copies.
And Mark says, and what's this I hear about you not getting your pay? And Bob says, I'm not getting my pay. As far as I'm concerned, I'm just a fucking truck driver until I do.
He asked Bob if he would run a blade for him in an emergency, he said no.
Yep, Bob says, I'm not running a fucking blade. If that's how they want to be. So when there's snow flying, don't even ask Bob. Because
He
he
said, I
says,
wouldn't get that blade till I got that in paper. He said, that son of a bitch can lie to me all he wants, he's gonna let me give me a raise. He said, I wouldn't touch that blade until I go out.
yep.
Well, that's what I asked Mark when Scott didn't give me my raise when I first went to the blade. I said, what motivation? I said, I can load your machines on the lowboy. I can haul them to where they need to go. I can unload them. I can do the job, load it back up and bring them back in and put them away. What motivation do I have to do anything for any of you commissioners when he won't give me what I'm due?
None.
I wonder if that was one, because the trainings that he was supposedly, everybody was supposed to be able to sign up to do, I don't know if that can come back on him. Because there is no training.
There is no.
No, he's covered his ass on the CDL training. Remember, that's what he was saying.
That's why he didn't let the other two people get employed.
We're already starting on our CDL training, so it's coming. Don't you guys remember that at that meeting? The training's coming.
Well, and it's also in the handbook that all members should have to have a CDL. So AJ was gonna.
They
AJ was
modified
gonna bring it
that.
up.
They modified that.
They did. Right after I told him, yes, they did.
So Keith Farmer can say, well, no.
Because I brought that up.
So that,
Brought that
that's
up
what
in one
they
of my
gotta do.
meetings, or one of
If
my
it
videos,
doesn't
I brought
apply
it
to
up. So
them,
they changed it
just
after that.
modify it the way they wanted to do.
Well,
How's come we can go in here and change it when, like, just like that? Well, shit, I don't wanna get my CDL.
I'll tell you
change
what.
that real quick.
When you hire,
No,
that's
that's not
6
it.
months, right?
Yes.
When you hire, you got 6 months to get it.
Not
Where
even-
I used to work, the policy book, the first sentence said, anything in this book is subject to change by management. Right there.
We all
That
just-
first sentence null and voids the rest of that fucking book.
It does.
And anything that's behind that sentence, they can change whenever they want,
Doesn't mean
whenever they feel
shit.
like it.
Whenever.
Yes, whenever.
Whenever.
Anything in this book can be subject to change by management at any time.
Jesus
It's-
Christ, Christ, you've been there the longest, how many
It's
fucking-
legal,
Oh,
that's what they said, the very first.
You can't even count.
But everything
I'm
that
not, I'll be there
person is
13
null and
years
void
this
anything
October, and I
after.
think I've paid 4 or 5.
Because by rights, they can.
I've had 3
And most-
since I've been back.
And most of them are within the last 2-3 years.
Shouldn't be. I mean,
But it is.
you know,
I've had 3 since I've been back. And I've been back over 2
there's
years.
no reason to write the rest of the book. Just put that first sentence in there.
I understand that, but what they're saying is, these are the rules, and, we're gonna let you know right now.
And if they don't pertain to them, they can change it.
What they're saying is, these are the rules, and, they are subject to change at any time.
That they feel like.
Management sees fit. It's legal, and there's nothing you can do about that because it is legal.
You
So,
can't write
what you
your
guys
name.
need to
As fellow
focus-
taxpayers,
what you
we are
guys
all
need to
going to
focus on is
fire Keith
actual
Farmer.
just legal
That's all I can do.
things
They can be
that
changed
apply to
We're
anytime,
shareholders.
man.
rights.
That's right.
You guys are management.
To focus on
We're gonna
I'm
ask for the
not
immediate removal of Scott
changing
Keith Farmer.
anything. Now, I was totally dead set against us having to wear steel toe boots.
The fund is what's gonna get
They're
fired.
gonna
All
burn
the
down.
people
No,
that-
everything
Dead
this
set
is duty.
against this bullshit. They're not paying you for your
All
vacation
those
time
commissioners
if they let you
what
go.
Keith Farmer's doing, and they're allowed
That's
to do
bullshit.
it.
That's what I said, when this goes in the paper,
We earned
Diamond
that
Dave,
is all right. We worked,
You guys
we
are
worked for that.
extremely
Yes,
legal.
legally right.
Yes.
I think that's totally
points that
horseshit.
you can file as the
It is.
Jackson County.
You've already gonna
Road
take the
Bridge
sick leave.
You can file legal
Because you ain't gonna get
papers
paid for
against
it.
Keith Farmer,
But
for,
to lose your
I don't know which
vacation
one
too.
it is of you that, the granddaughter passed away, okay? That is legal in the, for the state of, see, here's the catch. The state of Kansas is not an employee right to work. It is not an employee right to work state. So it is not. So you have to do this legally, and you have to take it down to Topeka. I know a lot of people who work in the Capitol because I work for the Kansas Medical Society, okay? So you have to do this legally. You have to, right now, I get it, I totally get it, I hear it from him every day, and I actually love to hear the drama and the gossip. But you guys, I do, I live for the gossip, with y'all, but anyway, you guys have to do this legally. You have to do it legally when it comes to employee rights, okay? Whoever lost the granddaughter, that is a valid legal point. It is immediate family and they did not give you the bereavement time that you were supposed to have, you know, in the handbook.
Well, the handbook states.
Hang on, Linda. Linda, hang on. You have a legal point because Keith Auber asked if you wanted your old job back. You have a legal point. Okay? The girl that, Tara, you know.
Sexual harassment?
Sexual harassment. She has a legal point. I'm surprised you guys didn't invite her here because she can write it up and claim sexual harassment.
And
You
that's
guys
why
have
she's got a
to, you guys have to
We invite
get
her,
together
to come.
and what you
Yeah.
put in the paper, it has to be legal facts.
Factual. It has
It
to be
has to
factual.
be factual. Come up together and say, this is how he's misappropriating funds. Bryson, when you drove that truck that had that spray thing on the back of it, completely illegal. Completely illegal. 100%. He made an employee drive it because this man refused to do it. And this man has driven a truck more than any of you that I've ever known. And he knows his shit when it comes to driving, when it comes to hauling, when it comes to semis, anything and everything. And he cited me all the goddamn regulations. And what I told him was, call the goddamn cops, call, you know, your troopers, whoever, the minute it got on the road.
Yeah, it's called DOT.
DOT, thank you
I
very
can
much.
get that
So
done.
you have to focus on the legalities. It has to be the legalities. So each one of you take a turn, think about the legalities, state it, write it, put it in the paper, talk about the commissioners, because you know, you guys are not stupid. You guys are so fucking smart. You know the commissioners know what he's doing. Tell the public. I work with Nancy Sullivan. She is an extremely good friend of mine.
You should have Mark and Nancy out here.
And I work with her. Do you know, I have no problem telling Nancy what's going on. And if you guys actually write up a paper and I give it to Nancy, do you have any idea what's really going to happen in this town?
Oh, yeah.
Well, then ask her if she's okay with being the one to write it up.
You know why Nancy's road got fixed? Is because I bitched at him for 6 months because that woman is like, we should be an emergency snow route because the buses, you know, come and go down our road. And I bitched at him for 6 fucking months and it finally got done.
That won't be
Yes, it was.
Well,
Actually, it's because he got sick and tired of hearing me bitching. Anyway, all of you are really great. And you are intelligent and you are smart. But right now we're just having a bitch fest. Let's get it back together. Let's think of legalities. We have sexual harassment. We have
But that
misappropriation.
sexual harassment's only gonna go if Tara agrees to it and says that she felt offended or.
And that's why I'm surprised she's not here.
maybe we should make Jennifer.
Okay. But then we also have this other gal coming in. And if Keith Auber does the same thing to her, I'm sure
She won't put up with it.
Well, there was
Right?
kind of
I'm
sexual
sure
harassment
she
in a
will
way
file-
because she felt
we have to
uncomfortable with bringing
encourage- We have to encourage-
coming to her house.
Sometimes, you
Karen.
know, we have to encourage people to do the right thing. Linda, what he did to you
And
by
Terry
offering
even
you
told me
a
one
job
time
back
that fucking
was not only
Brenner invited
demeaning,
her out on his
but it
yacht.
was wrong. You have
I heard that.
a legitimate,
Terry told me
you know,
personally,
reason.
yeah, he come.
He should never have done that. Also, you have a legitimate legal reason because he's not allowing
And there
you
were several times
to
that he
do
knocked on
your
her door
job
and she
and
wouldn't
be
answer.
supervisor. He usurps everything you do. Everything you do, he usurps it. You have, if y'all got together and wrote all this down, you guys, all of you could file a legal lawsuit on Keith Auber and the commissioners because they're allowing
Well, can you
him
imagine
to do
25, 50,
it.
75, 100, 125, 50? So
Do you know how many
$300,000
lawsuits would be against
one
this man? But if you guys got together and
Comes
really
out
fought
insurance.
hard.
But
and
it's
if you
still-
really
Unless you
got
can find a
on your
reason for
ass,
them to lose the
that's what
qualified
you do.
immunity, then you can go after them personally.
It doesn't take much, and yeah, I could take it up to the courthouse, I could even go slap it right on goddamn Governor Kelly's desk, even though I don't like the bitch, but.
Amen, sister.
Let's bring it all back together, and let's.
We're denying our right to the First Amendment, which is
Yes.
to petition the government.
Yeah, and which one was it that did an interview for Linda's job and said that he's praying about it, and Keith Barber said, no, we can't do that.
Right there.
Right there is your lawsuit. Religion is big. That is your lawsuit. Now, which one had the granddaughter pass away?
He's not.
Okay, that's his big lawsuit. He cannot deny you your religion. And if you say it is
Well, the
my
first thing he said to me when the commissioners asked me, they said, well, you're friends with everybody, and everybody, what's gonna happen if you tell them to do something and they won't do it? And I said, I don't have to worry about that, because I already spoke with them. And I said, I prayed on this,
Yes.
and,
He
you
said,
know,
no,
the very
you
first
can't do
thing he said was, well, we gotta keep God out of this.
No, he cannot do that.
That-
That is huge. If I told my employers.
And you got 2 years to file that lawsuit
If
too.
I told my employers at 1 o'clock every day, I kneel and pray for 10 minutes, they cannot deny me. It is your religious right, and he cannot tell you you can't.
Well,
do
and I
that.
think this is why he's gonna go down so hard, is because he said, we need to
Yep.
keep God out of it. So
No.
go ahead, Scott,
And
keep
I
God out of it.
told Kevin right then and there, that man has a lawsuit. Bryson, when he made you drive that illegal truck, you have a lawsuit.
First load, I told you.
It doesn't matter. He made you drive it, you have a lawsuit. Because he made you drive something that was, 1, illegal to drive, and 2, not safe. Okay? So,
And I can get a DOT down here in one phone
Oh,
call.
yeah, I know the one
No,
that lives in.
mine-
Raymond?
write it down.
My niece
Legalities
is a DOT auditor.
Keep on, and I guarantee
Do you know that I get, when I was an over-the-road truck driver, I carried coins in my pocket.
But you have to
that my
be
niece,
smart about it
now is what
and
she
not
does,
put anything in the
is she
paper.
goes to these driver's license
Linda,
places.
I need
And
2
she
hours of
audits.
vacation time Monday morning, so Joy and I can sit down in her office and
I will pray with you anytime, because I'm a big believer.
well, not the praying part, but we can go through the paperwork for the lawsuit too. Because,
Trust
see,
I'm just letting you
me,
guys know, thanks.
I'm not
Don't let
invested
this
in
be
the
a
county.
bitch session.
I have another 4 years before I could even have any kind of a retirement with the county. So, Scott Kefauver is nothing to me.
Fuck you.
He can't hurt me, he can't whoop me, he can't take my birthday away. You know, I have no retirement, you know, so, you know what? I'm not scared of him, and he knows it.
And I know he does.
He knows it.
You confront him, he backs down.
He does.
Oh, yeah. And now I'm really pissed off that day I didn't see him reach out his hand to shake my hand when I turned around and walked out that day. I was just done with what I had to say. I honest to God did not see him stand up and put his hand out and turn around and walk off that
Ever
day.
since he bitched to Bryson that day about how I wouldn't look at him going out the gate, I intentionally ignored the son of a bitch. Just like yesterday, I turned my back, I seen him coming, I turned my back on him for a reason.
He told Johnny for the later. Johnny's supposed to start later.
John outflipped the son of a bitch off.
Well, yeah, that's good, because I will now, because I didn't know that. So that's the first thing I'll check into
That's
this
just
week.
how you wait.
Because I'll go get the paperwork started to sue Scott Kefauver personally.
Now, he's gotta go. We gotta have.
The thing we need to make sure Linda knows, and I know you know this, but we need to keep saying it. You are not the target. We want you to know.
I
that.
know that.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have your back.
Yes,
Look,
you
I'm
have.
everything.
And no matter what,
Oh, I would,
and I
yeah.
can't believe I'm saying this, but I want you to follow Kefauver's lead. Deny.
I don't even know
What the
about
fuck are you
that.
talking
I'm
about?
on vacation.
Holy shit. Deny everything. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Deny anything.
Don't say, well, I heard. No,
Yeah.
what you talking about.
Be totally
Try.
surprised. Holy
People
fuck,
try.
what just happened? Yeah, deny. Fuck him, play his game, do it his way.
We can't have Richard, we gotta almost make Richard deny too, because they got a target on your back from the videos and everything. And
But he's our spokesman.
no, but every time something comes up, they just say, oh, Richard's just going off again. So we can't even let him.
Well, there's a reason why I've been letting the guys from Lawrence handle it.
Yeah. We've gotta kind of keep you in the dark, in the public eye.
But through all this, we've talked to plenty of outsiders around here, and all they said was, when you get ready to get the information.
Oh, yeah, Larry said he'd meet us at the steps and.
I've talked to them all down across here, they said, all you gotta do is call us, we'll get that meeting.
Well, you can get Debater and Hoffman to come stand up.
Yeah, I could get that.
I think your neighbor right over here, he's fed up with it too. Chase.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And that's another thing.
I visited with him a few times about it too.
Yeah.
He was pretty worked up when he offered to buy the rock to rock this, and Keith Harper told him he didn't have time. We didn't have time to fuck with it.
Are you kidding?
You know how many thousands of dollars Chase spends in property taxes, not to mention every fucking time we have a project out here? Yeah, park it wherever you need.
Yeah, pretty much
Parked a
that.
$400,000 track loader up on jacks and displayed it for the public to see, sitting there doing nothing for a year.
6, 7 months.
Damn near took out one of their electrical boxes because Rex forgot it was sitting in his grass.
But still.
No, Rex said, oh, that's our fault. We forgot that was there.
Well, still.
Yeah. I was talking with Chase and Kurt one night, and that was when Thomas's and all those guys were going off up there about W Road and how shitty it was. And saying the county doesn't do a fucking thing and everything. And Kurt just looked at him and said, well, if you treat the county right, they treat you pretty fucking good. We've got a lot of wrong.
It used to be. It used to be that way.
No, he's talking like, if you guys work with the county, they will work with you. Chase like, we've got 3 fucking pads of rock from the county stockpile. If you just work with them, they'll work with you.
Well, that worked out for him, but it's just a bullshit keep on the folks. He's gotta have his thumb on everybody. He thinks we're all about, I mean.
Well, he was so big on Josh getting bullied. I think he was bullied as a kid, and this is his way of fucking trying to get retribution.
Josh getting bullied.
No, keep on.
Keith Harper.
Keith Faber, I think when he was a kid, he probably got bullied, so he decided to have this kind of a profession where he could be in management, where he could be the bully and get back all the bullshit that he might have went through when he was.
And how old is he? How old is he?
He's 59.
59. 59, but then I got a recording of him saying he's been in management for 40 years. So, 59.
So he was 18, 19 years old when they put him in a management position.
Right. That's what he's saying.
Was it management and Sonic? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's about the only fucking thing.
Flipping boogers.
You're gonna get when you're 18 or 19.
Right.
I mean, you know, I mean, that's just plain and simple.
I'm telling you right now, it probably had nothing to do with his childhood. He's just a piece of shit. If you're born a piece of shit, you're just a piece of shit. You don't listen to what anybody tells you. You don't learn anything. He's just a piece of shit.
So I don't know if she did or not.
With Dan Britter.
With Dan Ritter, yes.
Okay, I'm asking.
I don't know about Keith Harper, but Dan Ritter, yes.
Because let's not, I don't.
We almost can't bring Tara in. I like Tara. She's a good girl. But Tara does not like.
Well, she's not even there.
Yeah. That's not even.
I don't think she needs.
Unless she's willing to come forward and say yes, I wouldn't leave that out.
Yeah.
Even if Tara is not legally an employee anymore,
She's
she
an
can
employee
still
of the county.
file
She's not
a sexual harassment. She can
going
still
through a
do
divorce
it.
and stuff.
And I
don't think
get
she
that,
wants
you know.
But
But
that would have to
somebody,
be her choice. I mean.
Yeah.
if somebody asks her, are you willing to do it? And if she says yes or no, okay, fine. Then you've got this new gal coming in, you know. But you still have, because he's a womanizer, he's not allowing you to do your job. He's suppressing your responsibilities.
Keith
And,
Kelly even told me.
I mean, and you're,
He would never vote.
you know, Brenner, are you kidding me? Do you really fucking think he cares any goddamn thing about any of you?
Oh,
you know how much money
No.
that man has because of his goddamn
Wife, his diamond business.
his diamond business, and he thinks he's fucking Superman. You've seen him in those games. I mean, he doesn't give a shit about anything. He's doing it to put another fucking check mark in his bucket list. You really think he cares?
I got to tell me for a drink.
You better go get a whiskey.
This
Before
other
you leave,
county
Brenda,
doesn't give a fucking crap.
She's gonna get a whiskey.
It's not legal.
She's gonna get another drink.
Oh, okay.
She's gonna get a whiskey.
You're not leaving, are you?
No. She said she had to go get another drink.
You're good.
I gotta do.
You
We brought our
know,
food in, Linda, just bring your jug on.
he doesn't give a goddamn.
Remember
I
that
got
day
ice
Keith
cream
Kelly
on
called me?
ice.
None of them need this job.
Oh, yeah.
They
He
did it
flat told me.
power.
That he would never vote for a woman.
And they're fucking.
No, he told me that Kefauver needs to back down and let Linda do her job. And we need to address this, but Kefauver's not going anywhere.
Power is a huge motivator.
Well, then why isn't he pulling the reins on Kefauver then?
Exactly. Is he just telling us because that's what we want to hear?
He said that to satisfy you, is why he said it.
Kefauver is Kelly's bitch, is what it is.
Because I told Keith, I said, our biggest problem is micromanaging every.
I told him that the day he handed me that paper. I said, you want me to be honest with you? Get rid of Kefauver and all your problems are gone. He's the biggest problem. Told him that day when he handed me that fucking paper.
Look bad.
What he said.
And it was in the
He
video.
said he didn't care. He ain't going nowhere.
They look bad. I can tell you
I know.
right now.
He told me he ain't going nowhere.
Yep.
He said that 2 or 3 times in our
Then
conversation.
you would look even.
That's what he told me. He ain't going nowhere.
Then you got one.
That would be like a pimp having to shoot his favorite
I
whore.
work with a
They're
few
working
people
together.
in the same
One's
building
protecting
that-
the other.
Oh, yeah, that's all.
That's plainly
None of them
obvious.
were happy with the commissioners.
And it's gonna look bad on this part.
I'm happy with them. They got us a raise. That's one of the good things.
Yeah, but they're gonna have the same problem,
Do
Tom.
you know how many hours and how many days Kevin chewed Pruitt out? Because they weren't gonna give you guys that raise? Do you know how much? I do, because I live with him. I know how many times he
That was your choice. Really? I
He
tried to
said-
warn
You should have stopped
I tried to warn
me.
you before you
But
married me.
I can tell you right now, I know how many hours this man has put in chewing Pruitt's ass out to make sure those raises were gonna happen.
Well,
honestly, I never figured that they would. I figured that.
I got ice here, Linda, if you need some ice. Just dip right into
I
that.
told Kevin a month ago, if you guys are really serious, go on fucking strike. Sorry, Linda. I said, if you really want your voices heard and get the news media
Exactly.
out there,
'Cause I guarantee
go on fucking
Jackson
strike.
County is gonna be the laughing stock of Shawnee, Brown, Nemaha, Atchison.
I mean, if you
Well,
guys
but
have enough sick time and
Every
vacation
county's
time,
gonna know after this comes out in the paper exactly.
they can't tell you your sick
We're
and
gonna be
vacation
on
time.
Channel
Everybody can
27.
put it in.
13,
already got one.
figure
I
capital.
already got one the other day that I was gonna get put on Channel 27.
Like, we don't even get a page in the Green Acres, man.
Bitch fest.
That way the farmers can see it too.
Get it in the media, keep Aubur's name out there. It will get in the media, and somebody will pop out and go, huh, I remember that guy, he used to work at da. Oh, you know, I mean,
Oh.
if you really want to make an impact, go on strike,
You gotta have,
get your legalities.
you gotta have enough general taxpayers having a big fest to come in here
Oh,
too.
trust me, you do, they're just not telling you.
Oh, they said they would be here.
So, you know, and it doesn't take enough taxpayers. You
I know
guys
place
would
too.
still go on strike. When the.
She says she can run, just zip across the highway and then fucking rip around a little bit around there and just slide. Hey, Linda.
Brandon, she makes that so strong I can taste it.
Yeah, I can see, she powerhouse, that's a.
Yeah. Hell, I can taste it and I ain't even picked the drink yet.
I don't fuck around.
Hey, Linda, every time I go to Med or drink, Todd always knows, cause he's standing outside, and I always go by his house, and he knows I'm taking it
Well,
back.
Raymond's been down to,
Nancy and Bob's in Med.
But Linda, the thing of it is if we do shut this thing down, you gotta be with us. You
And
can't-
I am,
You can't stand over there and say, hey, you guys can't. No, you
Yeah,
gotta be
Linda
with-
will have to go on strike
You
as
have to be
well.
with us shutting it down. I mean,
Cause if a supervisor goes on strike with us,
yeah.
Makes it even stronger.
It
they'll
does.
know something.
And you know what really fuck 'em? If we get a horrible snowstorm coming in and all of us are sick.
Yep.
Oh, I will
They'll
say-
call Bob Miller.
I will say one other
Yeah.
thing.
Can't do that.
You can't do that.
But you got a damn good point there.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, we
because
can't make them.
Let's start saying it's not the public's fault for what Chief Aubrey did.
Okay, I will say one other
I'm
thing.
with you 100%.
Yeah, you can't do that on a snowstorm because because
Bryson.
the safety factors are on the public.
they're
I
public.
will let you guys know one other thing, and Kevin has told me this many times. You wanna know how Keith Aubrey seems to keep one step ahead of you? It's because somebody is saying something to someone that is telling Keith Aubrey.
Yes.
So whoever is
We gotta
in
find
here,
out who it is.
Don't say a fucking word to
Exactly.
anybody
Yeah, if
outside
they
of this
weren't part of
group.
this.
I don't think the leak is in
And
this
then,
part.
if Keith
a
Aubrey
leak somewhere.
gets the news,
There
then
is
you
a
know
leak
it's somebody
But
in
I don't
this
think
group.
it's
So
this
everybody
group here.
keep your goddamn mouth shut up
Exactly.
tonight. Don't say a
Exactly.
word to anybody that's outside of this group.
Yes.
That's how he keeps one step ahead of you guys. There's a mole.
Yeah. Josh, that'd be included.
Well, Josh is part of it.
I think Josh is part
It
runner.
might not be Josh. You don't know. And that's
Oh,
the
I
thing.
think we know on that.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
we don't. I don't fucking tell Josh a fucking thing about anything.
Not even.
yeah.
So he can't be getting information from Josh because I don't talk to Josh. Outside of fucking where would you like your rock
It's
or,
somebody.
you know,
Yeah, but
Outside
then-
of, good morning,
What you need
this
to-
is what you need to do.
Exactly.
I don't say anything to the man.
I think there's a couple we need to watch other
What
than
I'm saying is that's how he's.
well then I would love for you to share that information.
I wish
with
you
me.
And you guys need
Yeah.
to think about
I think the ones we
So
need to
after
watch
this
is
meeting,
Ethan
none of you say
AJ,
anything
and
to
it's not that
anybody
they're-
outside of this group.
Not that they're loudmouths, they're
We're gonna
hotheads.
talk about it.
And they
around
don't watch
it,
their
and
mouth
we're
when
gonna-
they talk.
Well, they're also new and they don't
AJ
know.
appeared in Keith Auber's office Friday
AJ
But-
has changed my tune yesterday.
to rip his ass.
Yeah, but see, I think,
Becky called me when that happened.
and I don't have anything against Ethan.
Well, and Ethan too,
He's done nothing to me, but he's a hothead.
he's the only one that's still allowed to put fucking windrows along the side of
Yeah.
the road and nobody
I
says
need to
nothing
talk to you
about it.
about that. You need
When
to
he
go out
knows
and
the
talk
policy.
Oh, and I got a phone call about that the other day. Said, since when did we start doing windrows?
along the side of the road.
I said, why? Where you at?
Okay.
Because I'm over here by Dennison there. I said, oh.
Put windrows out there. Go look at Ethan's roads.
The last road of his I drove, he did, I will admit, he had a little bit, but it was
not
very
wrong.
good.
And I'm not trying to throw him.
Go drive all of Ethan's roads.
Literally, my
Look at
road
him.
after he
He's
drove
got
it
windrows.
yesterday, it looks like crap.
Yes.
If there was new rock put down, he scraped it off and windrowed it.
Need to widen them out though.
You know, but gravel roads
They
done.
don't disappear.
My road,
If you don't have a window,
the side of it.
Ask Brandon what Ethan did to his roads.
No, no, but that didn't bother me, because I'll tell you what, I blamed him once or twice and he was gone.
Well, yeah, but still, to leave them out there,
Right. But,
we're not allowed to do that or we're gonna get rode up.
Right, I get it.
I
that.
get it, I get it, I
But
get
I myself am a firm believer in windows.
it. Yeah.
you leave.
I do to a point.
We need
To a
windows.
point.
Like Potawatomi County.
To a point. So you've got something to lay
Yes.
back out.
Yes.
But the ones you left
This
in
tall,
your
pretty
area,
rock, and every so often
Right.
they have a notch in it,
Raymond,
let
if you
the
leave
water
all
drain.
that rock in
I
the center
mean,
of the road,
there's a wrong way
where
and
do
a
you
right
think
way.
it goes from the traffic?
well, it's gonna go in the ditch. It's gonna go in the ditch.
It's not the right.
It's not
Dress
right.
your road up and fill your potholes in, save your window, save your rock.
Well, that was all brought on because Wade didn't want.
No, that came from fucking Barnett.
Well, I don't know where it came from before my time, but I believe in a little bit of a windrow.
Because when Wade was a blade operator, he had windrows.
Really? I talked to
Well,
him.
remember that last time I let it came
What am I
around
supposed
the
to do to
dry?
fix the road?
Left while I wish that fucking rock down there, was trying to haul that.
Yes, you got it.
It's complete bullshit.
Should have been on fire.
Yeah.
I'm just going by what I was told that I heard, that there was supposed to be no windows. And I tried to tell him that, and he got all offensive, and I thought, really?
See, that's the one I think we need.
I'm just
I
warning
don't
you.
think he's a bad guy, I just think he fucking got a temper, and he's gonna say what he doesn't give two fucks.
I don't think he knows what he's even saying. I mean,
I don't think that Ethan would throw,
I don't think he knows.
No, I don't think he would know the whole detail, but I think he would slip up when he blows up.
No, I don't think he keeps anything. I mean,
Right now, I don't think he can talk, because he's got his head so far up, tear his ass, that he can't see straight.
Well, that's
Can Keith Auburn turn the microphones on in the trucks that have them?
the only one that can do that is Bryson.
Bryson's locked out of the system.
Bryson's locked out of it.
I never could.
He's locked him out of the system. Keith Auburn locked him out. He cannot even get on.
Friday, I can't even get it to come up.
So he took you off and put her on.
Have you been on all along?
No. We had a meeting with this company, 2 weeks ago, and they put me on at that point. Do I ever call it up? No.
So how would they lock?
I
I
do not have control. I am not the controller.
Administrator.
Keith Auburn's the administrator of the thing.
Yes.
He had
So,
to,
so yeah, keep over
I
lock
think,
out.
he's the administrator and I'm the controller. But I can look up, I mean, I have a county code.
Kelly's got it too.
County
He
code.
gave Kelly rights. Keith Kelly watched the guy.
Needed his butt scratched.
He needs his
Kelly
butt
got it.
scratched. Yeah.
Kelly got it.
That's what
I don't know, but I think
Linda's got an excellent discrimination case against people. And she doesn't.
I don't know.
Well, you can bet your ass I'm going to follow through on mine.
You need to.
I guarantee I'm going to. You fucking right. Because I have nothing to lose
No,
for
fucking
one.
right. That's why I married
And
him.
two-
Because he needed somebody intelligent.
You know, I want to be the one to hand him that soap on the road.
I got the same thing.
I really do love him. He's an amazing person. Although you guys be crazy.
I didn't bring mine because
Kevin said you stalked him.
Linda has a legitimate
Change the
discrimination.
subject.
You know, she really does. Bryson, if you would do it, you actually have a legitimate lawsuit because
His life was in danger.
his life.
I can make that happen. I can make that happen. My niece is a DOT auditor.
Don't talk to her. Why haven't
Oh, you don't think I won't now that I know this?
Why haven't you done it yet? Why haven't
Well,
you
I
done-
didn't know
Why did
this.
you not talk to her before he got in that goddamn trap?
Well, my niece, when I was driving over the road, my niece would give me these coins because she's a DOT auditor. I can pull that coin. If a DOT called pulled me over to inspect my truck, I can pull that coin.
You know, no.
I'll take it.
Why didn't you talk
Hey,
to
Kevin,
her?
it's good to be married, bud.
Raymond,
I will now.
I'm firing you too.
Okay.
I
Right
will now.
along with you.
0527 and 0539. You can see them right now.
Ninja, can you help me out?
well, the cameras are on right now.
Oh, yes, when the trucks are shut off.
They're on.
Bryson, Kevin told Bryson to buy
Well, John
stock in
told me-
master switches.
John
because
told
we're gonna
me
wear them out.
that when we had
Turn
our
that master
meal.
switch out, it turns everything.
Yeah, but John told me when we had that meal for the Bennett Friday night food, he said, the cameras never shut off because we were leaning up against his bumper. And I said, good, fuck you, Bob, I don't give a fuck if he hears a word I'm saying right now. And I looked at his camera.
How is it 05, Linda?
I'm surprised you didn't pull your britches
Even
down.
though the trucks are not running, you
Yeah.
can see where the
Trying
trucks
to see where them trucks are at every fucking second of
Linda.
the day.
Can you pull my truck up right now?
Fucking A, I just showed you.
She said, fucking A.
How's it plugged in? That cord got fucked up in the door sill the other day.
Well, I don't know, but.
Then it's got backup somehow. It's gotta.
Well, that's why Becky called me that day. We were sitting at the quarry on our lunch break, and I told you, you remember when I said like this? And you said, you rolled down your window, and I said, no, get out of the
You are
truck.
officially setting at 12311.
Oh, yeah, but does it show
Is
the
where
picture?
the address listed.
Yeah, but does it?
Is it showing the wall on the back of the building? Is the camera?
Yeah.
No,
Well, I know it goes on the map.
it knows
It
where you're
goes
at.
on the
Well,
map.
let's go with this deal, see this camera thing,
Privacy.
that's that privacy thing, man. We had a good point here the other day. What if I'm standing out in front of there taking a piss, and you're in there taking a look at it? You're gonna have to smell bad, but you're still taking a look at it.
That's no lie.
And that was brought up to the commissioners, and the commissioner said they did not want cameras in the truck.
And I got copies of the meeting minutes for the commissioners, and they said they don't want the cameras or audio,
And
just the
But they're on.
GPS.
just do the
But they're on.
GPS.
But they can be accessed, from what I'm understanding.
Get the tablet. They really want to track their, get the tablet.
The inside camera was on me.
There's no reason for them to have access to what we're seeing.
And he sat right there and told Linda and I that they were not turned on.
Then I'll send you a copy of that county's meeting minutes that says that that's not supposed to happen.
He told Linda and I through our face that day that the audio and the video on the driver was not on.
It is clear in,
That's very, that's
it is clear in the meeting minutes that no cameras and no audio.
They pulled up on Bryce's computer because we seen it.
the front way look.
No, this is one standing back.
Camera period, what it's supposed to be for, when he's
And we
saying
had
there's
it
no
covered
camera
up,
in
and somebody
anything.
went out and took the tape off of it.
Yeah, their cameras are facing
And that's bullshit right there. There's another legal deal right off the get-go.
The,
Sat right
But
there.
if we don't have no bathroom, hello. I'm
I don't
standing
wanna
out
watch
there
him take a
taking
shit.
piss.
But hell, I don't even like hearing it.
Yeah, I'm not watching it. Where do you go? You think you're safe over here? You look, oh shit, there's his camera.
Yeah, I don't know what the peripheral vision on my blade's gonna be, so I'll try to take my mowboard way over to one side when I sit on it, you know, 'cause
Well, that's what I do, is sit on the door frame and be, so, I mean.
No, I said, when if he puts one in mine, I'm gonna go out in front of the blade and I'm gonna take a shit right in front
but
of the
that was
blade.
I brought
Make
that up to
sure.
the commissioners that day that they called me up for. And I said right then, I did not want cameras, and for that reason, they all three agreed, nope, they did not want cameras in the trucks.
But somehow he's got it turned on.
Yeah.
He lied.
And
He lied.
Kevin's,
And the commissioners know he lied, and and.
Well, that means the commissioners lied because the commissioners are the ones that said no cameras, no audio.
That's exactly right. Keith Kelly
I know the
said
commissioners.
And I have a copy of those minutes.
That's what the commissioners said.
I think it was.
But trust me, they know what Keith Albert's doing.
But do they know he can see the guy? I mean, do they know that he's actually got?
Yes,
I don't know if the
Kevin has
commissioners know that.
put
See, that's
all
what
of
I'm
this.
saying.
The commissioners know, and they're not doing anything about it. So you guys need to
What
fight
you need to do,
hard and tough.
what you need to do
Yes.
is get a phone out
Cameras are total-
and go to that computer or whatever and get it on video that is turned on and that it's viewable. Get a copy of it.
yeah, the light comes on or something. Hey, I am recording you, recording
You
me.
don't know it's your own camera. You don't know.
You don't
No,
know.
but you said you seen it on the computer.
It was on Bryce's computer.
Okay, so you need to do that again and get it on camera. Video it.
The only thing I have learned about these cameras is when you guys are on really rough terrain, they seem to, but that's an electronic. It's gonna happen. Or if you're in a low area where there's no
I'm gonna step out one.
GPS cell.
There's a bathroom in there.
That's all right.
We do have a bathroom. We do have a bathroom.
It's all right. We're just fertilizing the lawn.
Hell.
Same with you. You know, and if I have to go up there and stand up for each one of you, I will. But same with you. Get yourself by the balls and get it done and sue his ass and get a lawsuit on him making you drive unsafe equipment. And you have your religious rights, and if you want to kneel in
I'm gonna make
prayer
that phone call
every
tomorrow
goddamn
to my
afternoon
niece.
for 10 minutes, he
And
cannot
she would
deny
know
it.
how to do it and how to put
She,
it down.
she is the one, okay, like them,
Was it sex, race, religion, whatever?
them,
You know.
If all of us.
like when the kids went to Seneca to do their test, she watches the people that test them.
Because they pissed me off so goddamn.
And then she goes to all these scale houses around here in Kansas, and she
Let's
audits
get something done here.
the DOT officers themselves. Now, when I was over-the-road truck driver, she gave me coins to keep in my pocket. If I got pulled over by a DOT officer, I reach in my pocket and I pull out one of them coins and I hand it to him. He takes that coin, looks at it. He says, "Have a nice day." I shut my door and I drive on. He cannot fuck with me because she gives me these coins.
What is she? I mean, what is her position?
So I can get her to come down and do an inspection on that truck. Say, this is the truck they put it on. This is the tank. And if she says it's unsafe, she can red flag that motherfucker.
Okay.
We'll never be able to use it again until we meet them safety standards.
She's the one that can lay it out.
Hey, Bryson, the last two that got their CDLs,
Respectfully and.
they got help.
And tell it.
I called my niece.
Yeah, professional.
This is between us three.
Yeah,
You're
I'll-
going
I
on
have
three.
I'll
She
give her,
sent me the text.
Yeah, money.
yeah, I'll give her $100 bill
Because
for her time.
because
If she
Braden
can take all
is
that
my nephew.
together,
He's family. She goes, Braden's taking it too, right? And I said, yeah.
Exactly. Yes, you
I've got the copy of the test on my fucking phone. She
See, I
sent it
just
to me.
didn't know what capacity was.
I can have that truck shut down.
We can't have a local attorney.
No, it's gotta be from the city. It's gotta be from Topeka. It's gotta be somebody that's.
I got an attorney and Kevin knows her. My cousin, and she's an ex-judge.
Well, what the fuck, Raymond?
You got all these
Again!
fucking connections.
You haven't talked to your niece, and apparently you haven't talked to her, so what the hell?
Oh,
are
no,
you
I'm
doing?
making that phone call tomorrow, and Kevin knows the attorney and the judge I'm talking about. Kevin grew up with her.
So Friday after
Kevin.
work, we need to meet with this person or whatever to get this information to them so they can write it up and we can get it in the paper the following week.
Oh, yeah, because I've had her done
I
several
don't
things
wanna
for me,
wait
and she
2
ain't charged me
weeks
a
and
damn
then have all
dime.
this happen 1 week.
Now, I would take up a collection to give
But you
her.
gotta remember, of all the people that vote early,
You have to do.
you
Yeah,
know,
so
don't
if-
wait till the last minute.
So if we can all get
That
what we
opens
need to
Monday.
get by Friday, and then have another meeting here Friday with your lawyer, niece or whatever, present all of our evidence, that gives her all weekend to professionally, to legally write everything up where it's all factual, and then we can get it in the fucking paper that
She
following
won't charge
week.
me nothing, but I would ask everybody to
You're
throw
one week
in
off.
some money into a pot.
Well, I got some eggs because your chickens aren't laying anymore, so.
Now, wait a second. Here's something else we gotta think of. The paper doesn't come out till Thursday. We're gonna be cutting it pretty.
That's what I said, we need to make sure that they have,
Depending on her schedule, whether she-
they have enough. Now,
Because she's
Richard,
coming from Graniteville.
does your connection still able or willing to pay the $800 for the page? Or do we all need to take a collection?
I can find out. I'm sure he probably would.
Okay, because I got a couple $100 on me right now that I'll put towards it.
All right, let's, hang on, Raymond. You need to talk to her. Because her legal advice might be, do not put anything in the
See, you
paper.
got all this, but you gotta, and it's gonna, needs to come out on the 30th. No, the 31st.
Maybe
That's
we
Thursday paper.
hit 'em with
They'll
the-
press it some, it's like the 29th or something.
First.
Okay, so yeah, so as long as she has it
That we need to ask her
by,
advice. Can
cause
we
see,
put
here's
it
your
in the
election.
paper?
The next
Of course,
Tuesday
none
before.
of us want them reelected, but
Well, the election,
So we almost need to get it out almost by the end of next week, and in the paper by the, yeah,
the election.
So we need to like meet her. Cause see, here's today.
yep.
Okay, you got all this week, and the paper will come out the 31st because the next week,
and we want to surprise
the 5th is the
them.
election, so you want it out before then. So that's the only paper that you got.
Well, what we could do,
Oh, so just go
Lonnie?
straight into the lawsuits, not anything in the paper.
Lonnie, I would say the newspaper stuff, we go ahead and get that put in the paper. The legal stuff we'll handle and we'll put it in the paper after that's done. I would say whatever we got for the paper, we'll put it in ASAP. Get it in the public's eye in the ear now.
Of what's going on.
What's going on, and then the legal aspect, we'll do
And
it,
then we'll hit them all at one time with the lawsuit.
yes.
in the paper first. That's
Because you
why I
need to
said
get it in the
that's what I'm
public eye
saying.
before, because you only got 2 weeks.
Company coming out. Well, then it's right, bam, right in there.
See, and
And they wouldn't have time to cover anything else. But if. you
well,
put
with this
the
whole
paper,
deal
you're
with the
gonna
election,
get
I don't
time.
think it's so much as to get rid of the commissioners, even though,
They're
yes, we
pieces of
agree
shit,
all need to
but-
go.
Yeah, 2 out of
But,
3 are in.
but the whole point is here is to get rid of key farmers, but also when they get rid of, it's also to put pressure on them.
Yes, but I guarantee you, if the commissioners, even if they're.
Your only hope is if a lot of people ride in Tom Hoffman, that's
They're
it.
gonna be watching their.
And that is,
Well, yeah, because it's gonna put the eye on,
Matt DeVader and Tom Hoffman can still be written
and
in.
the pressure on the commissioners to get rid of this.
You have to write it in, you can't use
Trying to get
stickers.
rid of it.
You gotta be writing.
It'll put them out there, yes.
As often as that, that's very rare. That a
Yes.
write-in will be.
Because once the public gets word of it and surrounds the fucking
You guys need
commissioners,
legal advice.
bam, he's gone.
But if you get enough
You
people
guys need
pissed off
legal
down there,
advice on what you can
it's,
actually put in
there's a chance.
legally.
Until the investigation.
Exactly.
Yes. What he's already on,
And then
If
after
the-
the legal
yeah.
lawsuit's filed and it's in the paper,
investigation.
then we all need to take all that information and
know.
go to the Kansas Department of
But
Labor.
we're not asking you to tell, but we
Especially
know
the
you know
unsafe
because
stuff, the
I know,
discrimination
because I was
stuff.
the first one that heard it.
All of that
Maybe
needs to
you've
go in
been
the
holding
Kansas
out on
Department of Labor.
everybody this whole time. You could all.
I was the one that
And
heard
file an official complaint with them.
Who'd you hear it from?
it. Him himself.
He told you himself.
No,
No, the
I was
phone was
standing
loud
next to
enough.
you when you got the phone call and had it on, had it to your ear. Do you remember the morning
You walked
when you
out
got that
as
phone
soon as
call?
you heard what
Do
was
you
going on.
know that I was standing next to you and I heard it? And then you turned around and walked out of the office and I looked at Tara and she heard it too.
So now that we got that
And then
clarified.
me and her
what
looked at each
exactly-
other.
I know, right? Kevin told me, well, somebody heard something.
You-
and I
nobody
don't
told me.
remember it, no.
He told me.
Because here's the deal,
Because
man.
I heard it through.
Ain't none of us gonna say nothing to keep on.
Well, and your name is never gonna be mentioned anyway.
Your name's not gonna be mentioned.
You under the bus.
Because I
And
told
we're
all
not
these
gonna
guys
put
and
you
they
under
asked
the
me
bus.
how I know. I said, I know. Keith Auber told me. I was standing next to you when you were saying.
But if we knew where to dig. If we knew what it was about, we knew where to dig and where to get records.
We don't know what it was about, but I heard him tell you he was
You
under
think you're the
investigation,
only
and
one?
that's when you
For unlawful.
turned around
I heard it
and
was
walked out of
for
the
unlawful
office.
spending,
All right, spill it, Linda, spill it.
because he transfers money from one account.
If she spills it, it goes
That's
nowhere.
that's not allowed to do.
That's what it has to go nowhere.
It goes nowhere.
Spill it.
We would never throw you under the bus.
Keith Albert told me Friday it's supposed to come out Monday. He's supposed to get his.
The investigation?
It's supposed to come out
Yes.
Monday.
So, Bryce,
And that's all I know
apparently
about it.
you know.
Well, it's a
That's all
weekend,
I
we'll all know
about it. He
Monday.
told me that
Linda.
Friday.
But why would he tell you that?
Because Friday,
And
he
you
was
don't
all
know
screwed up
any
Friday.
information about, did you look at him and say, what investigation?
What's that?
Did you look at him and say, what investigation?
Yeah, because I didn't know anything about no investigation.
No, what did he say?
Oh, you said, you didn't hear about it? I said, everybody else knows about it. I said, I know nothing about it.
Well, yes, but why didn't
He wouldn't go into any of that. He just said that it's supposed to
Monday
be,
will be out.
supposed to have the meeting Monday and get the results or.
So is it gonna be gone,
That's-
Linda?
Okay, so to me, that's kind of odd. So
Unwrongful spending, basically.
Misappropriation.
Misappropriation of county funds.
You know, that he
And
was
part of that comes from him
overspending.
taking the money out of one account, putting it in
And
another.
the
and
truck deal, that these pickups were bought from,
Yeah.
His daughter, or
His
his
sister-in-law.
family member that,
And
the
shit, my
family
video
member
did
that
work.
works at the car lot.
Now that
so that really is true.
no,
So
no.
she said it's really true.
I said
Maybe
no,
she's-
with
Oh.
that.
I don't know.
She's asking a question.
I did not say it was true.
No, she's
I
asking,
said,
is it true?
is
I
What,
said
what
they
car
look
lot
alike.
did you guys pick them up from?
What do you know, Becky?
Becky?
Something, I
Okay,
got the
so.
tag.
The sticker's still on the truck.
The sticker's
Vantage
still-
Motors or something.
Vantage Motors.
Vantage Motors.
Because I
Okay,
had
where
the
does
tag
his
on the
family
front.
member work at?
They look alike. I got the picture of them.
So if he bought these trucks off the internet, why was they delivered to a car lot?
Dealer's
He
name.
bought them from
You
a
can
car
track
dealer.
them.
On the internet.
Cars Guru.
Oh, Cars Guru,
I do it
oh,
all the
okay.
time with
No,
others.
he did not buy them from an individual,
Okay, Car Guru, which is a car lot.
which is a website
Car Guru is a website, but they deal a lot with car loans.
that,
So what?
because that's who
Yeah,
pays,
right.
is the dealers.
Right.
Okay.
So, okay, so the
Hang on.
car lot.
So
that
did
bought
he-
from the Car Guru,
So the question
does
is, did he
his
get a deal off of it?
Hang on.
family member
Wait a minute.
work
That's
at
the
that?
question.
Wait a minute, time out.
Yeah, that's the
Time out.
key.
You guys know you can look people up and find family members. I do it with,
Yeah.
I do it with my participants that I have to deal with. So, you guys know that you can look Kefauver up and it'll give you a list of family members, and then you can look that person up and find out where they work.
But this could be an ex or something.
It doesn't matter, family member, friend is a friend.
Yeah, so we need to find out,
You can do it on Google.
because we know that one of his family members works at a car lot.
Okay, well,
So if this
again,
car lot, if that person works from the car lot that he bought these trucks from,
and he
he's
probably got
lining
a
his
kickback,
family members' pockets, is what
And
he's
he
doing.
probably got a kickback.
Well,
Vast
not so much a kickback, but he lined his family members.
No, but wait a minute, you got a
But
kickback.
where'd you get the,
It's called
He
washing your
bought
money.
from family.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know, you know, I've heard, I keep hearing this.
I do too, and I don't know where
But
this
I
is
don't know
confirmed.
where this is coming from.
but look, this is where it came, I said they look alike, they're probably family members. I didn't say for a fact they're family, I said, but it would, I mean, this is where the family thing came from. So when we was pulling up there, he said, yeah, my sister-in-law lives right over here. There. And I'm like, well, I wonder if that's his brother.
Well, one of his family members works at a car lot.
Well, when my video went out,
I didn't know
my
that.
video went
Yes.
out and I was sick that day at that one meeting, he never denied it.
Really?
Well, he did say that, rumor has I bought this from a family member, that's not true.
Well, yeah, but
I swear he said that day
he
that
said he bought it online through a website,
through Car Scooter.
but he never denied that his family ever owned that business.
But don't think he ain't smart enough for that family member to say,
Exactly.
hey, we put these on Car Guru, so go here and look for this
But
specific
still,
vehicle, you know.
The county paid Car Guru, which if that person was a salesperson,
The money
she
was
got
sent
the
from
commission.
Car Guru.
She didn't get the money from the trucks, but she got a commission,
Yeah,
because she could have been the one that posted that.
yeah.
So she got a commission. So that's
Well, before you
still
run
money.
with it, you got to find out if whether or not they are related at
But
this
that's what I'm
dealership.
saying,
We need to find out.
Who his family member is that works for this car lot, what car lot they work from.
They didn't speak. He said, he knew exactly who the guy was. We sat over here, they was over here. When the guy walked in, he knew exactly who he was. He walked in, the guy sat there.
I can tell she's getting ready to bark. He was talking to her. Linda's like, oh, fuck.
Oh my God.
Speak until we left. They would not speak to each other or that.
Well, regardless, there's some shady shit going on, and Kelly's protecting people for a reason.
Yeah.
Yes, and
Well,
why
I
is
think
that
they're all
happening?
protected.
Well, you're gonna have to shake the tree to get the acorn to fall. That's all about that.
That's
So what's our plan of action? So what exactly are we doing here?
Yeah.
If
what
we're
are we
gonna, if we're
doing?
gonna hold off on the paper until we have the lawsuit stuff, thrown in their face, what direction are we going right now? So I know what direction I need to
Your
go.
first direction legally,
Raymond,
Okay, who's willing to take a ride with me tomorrow?
To where?
Grantville, to talk to this.
I get out of church at 11:30, buddy. I got Bible study and then I got regular service till 11:30.
Pray for me.
So I can go, I can
Pray for me.
Oh, I pray for all of you guys all the time. It's not easy being your guys' friend, 'cause I don't know how many strokes I might already have.
I'm gonna stop and make a phone call in the
wait a
morning.
minute, have Kevin go with you too.
Can't go tomorrow.
Why not?
He's got cows.
Got shit to do
No,
tomorrow.
we do have cows still.
Kevin knows her.
So yeah, at noon, by God, if you're willing to buy me a burger, I'll come to
Oh,
your
I'll buy
house and we'll go. All right,
back
baby.
and
pick
chain
me
up.
All I got is a flatbed with a broken window.
My wife is not coming, so get that out of your head right now.
Hey,
So you
hey,
cannot chase my old lady until I'm
Hey.
out of this picture.
you just stay home, work on your house, and send your wife down.
There you go. Is she a bitch like me?
Good luck with that. I don't even get it, so. Ain't nervous now.
I'm fresh meat, Lonnie.
But yeah, I'll be more than happy to go with you, but it's
And I'll buy
gonna,
you
it's gonna be
cheeseburger,
at noon.
hell.
Yep, it's gonna be at noon.
I'll make a phone call in the morning to confirm that we can go down there. She may be busy, I don't know.
And then
But I
Raymond
doubt
can
it.
call you and you guys can go together. And I think that's really, I think too.
That way everybody's on the same page. We know
Yes.
exactly what direction we're going. That way somebody don't fuck up and do this or that or this or that.
Because I'm drinking a lot of beer today. I started building fence at 10 o'clock and I started having my first beer. So you might want to go with me. Because
Yeah.
I don't remember shit tonight. Went down to my son-in-law's and had to build a fucking fence.
Stalker.
I think as far as the newspaper, we put what we have in it.
If that's what she says to do.
We'll get it tomorrow.
Yeah, if the lawyer says it's
Yeah.
okay to go ahead and print our personal
So,
feelings.
hey, Kevin, send us,
Yeah, but you
or
won't
give
be
me,
tied to it.
Richards. I'll take this.
It's John.
And John and
And
Richard.
John and Richards tonight. Terry is the one.
No, Lonnie will take it.
That's who we're going
Yeah.
to.
She was a judge.
Are you
She was a
seriously
judge.
asking Kevin to do something electronically on the computer?
No, I'm asking him to hand me them goddamn papers in his hand, Joy.
And they don't trust us because you
I'm like, wait a minute, you know, I'm gonna be the one doing it, wait a second.
And I'll make sure I have it.
Well, maybe we need to take you, because you
I
have
do
a little more
have a fax
time.
scan copier.
Okay.
She's got it all.
Yeah, write them numbers down tonight. So Terry can, or
Right, whose numbers then?
yours, or if Terry needs to send you any
Kevin's got them all
legal,
on his phone.
count on him's like, listen to an adult.
We have cows.
Yeah. No, we'll make the trip tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see what she says, she will advise you one way or the other. Tell her what we're thinking about doing, and if it's the right thing.
Yeah.
When it goes in that paper, it ain't gonna have anybody's name.
No,
No.
there's only gonna be one name tied to it, be probably the one that paid for it.
No, it doesn't have to have a name on it though. Because it's gonna, an attorney can,
It can be a
call.
She'll advise us on what to put down for,
An attorney
you
can
know,
say it's prejudicial
on the name.
if you put it in a paper. They can call it prejudicial. So you need to get the legalities.
But when you're
And she'll be able to tell us
paying
that.
for it,
Yes.
it doesn't have to have a name.
Because it's a paid advertisement out there.
Yes, but it's still, it can sway the county.
Well, the newspaper people said that there has to be a name associated with the payment.
Yeah, well, not necessarily.
How'd they word that?
I can't even remember how they worded it now.
Because that's when you said we don't want our names on it. because they're gonna get named.
Yeah, because they asked me, who are you talking to? And I said, well, I don't really want to say my name because I work for the county. You know, and they said, well, you don't really have to have your name on it, but we have to have something associated with where this is all coming from.
Jackson County.
Jackson County Road and Bridge.
Yeah, put it road and bridge employees.
That's all you have
So
to do.
they really fucking say, holy shit, here's the employees coming after
One
him.
guy, it's all.
Yeah,
That's why I said
employees.
Jackson County Road.
It
Yeah.
can't be without the S.
Yes, you got to have the S in
Yeah,
there.
plural, kind of like an
Employees.
LLC.
Yeah.
You know, we got a Jackson County employees.
Nope,
Well, we
don't
can
say
use
that.
Dick's
Jackson County
LLC.
Road and Bridge.
Yeah. Kansas
Dick's
Freedom
got an
News. I got an
LLC.
LLC.
There you go.
This is
You're already in, you're.
But I
He
don't
does
like
have
to
some
be my
LLC.
spokesman because I don't get the credit for it when I'm standing in front of his face. Because I'm walking over the road on his show. I'll swear here at the end of the commissioners meeting and set them on each one of their desks.
Got it.
And that'll prove to them.
Hey, Lonnie, we'll drink to that.
Yeah,
Two or
yeah.
three people that's got a problem when it says Jackson County Road and Bridge employees, plural.
There will be a meeting that morning.
Oh, guarantee there will be. You know how many times have we asked commissioners to come out and talk to us? They've shut it down.
Did the last time.
Yeah, but they got a resolution now, they can't come in.
Now, is that to that meeting only? Now what happens?
Now, Brandon, I
when
have
we
not
our
seen that
Thanksgiving
resolution.
Dinner, Linda, or our Christmas dinner.
That
are
has
they
not been in
allowed
the
in?
county meeting
Or are they
minutes.
not allowed, period?
That might have been Kefauver's suggestion to keep them out because recording was taking
We'll have our
place.
meeting that morning.
Then they said, okay, we don't want to be part of that recording.
Yes.
So that's probably a mutual agreement, stepping back and
So
not
he's
going.
trying to hide,
That's my
he's
suspicion
trying
on
to
that.
hide, because.
That's why the new resolution on the recording is put in
You
there.
know, it had that resolution in there because we're afraid to speak up. No, we're afraid to speak up to him because of the repercussion that we're gonna get.
And you called it.
want-
And you know what, I did not get copies of those minutes yet, but I need to get a copy of the
Because what
minutes
he's
from
doing
John's
to us
hearing.
and what he's telling the
Because I
commissioners
think,
are two different
you
things.
see the pushback you're getting from Kefauver because
So
he,
You don't need that, you don't need that. I got audio recording of it.
of the day that we had John's hearing.
When we were in, I have audio recording of that hearing.
Because he don't want us to voice
Purpose,
our
because
opinions
I
to the
wanted to make
commissioners,
sure that I
and the
showed
commissioners see
them,
what we're
you
saying.
know,
and then
Kefauver,
shut
oh,
his
if you just want, go ahead, just whoop Brandon
That's
back.
why
Okay,
you
nothing's gonna happen to you, that's the way the commissioners
We're,
feel
we're
about it.
afraid,
You
all
know,
of us are
why
afraid to
the
voice
fuck
our
did
opinion to
after
him
that
because of
meeting
the
did they not
repercussion
shut
that
that
we're
door
going
and
to
tell
get.
him, don't you
Exactly.
ever motherfucking disrespect
And he
me
knows
in
that,
a
and that's
public
why he
employee
did
meeting.
that.
You know,
We
why would
want
we
the
let him get
commissioners
away with it? What the hell
so
does
we
he
can
know?
voice our opinion.
Yes.
And he don't want that to
Yes, he
happen.
did.
I
That's
liked
why
it.
he fucking did
I
that.
liked it when Dan was there, so he could hear what our bitches and our gripes and.
Yes, but Dan ain't worth a shit, I'm sorry. Because I
Okay.
guarantee, he's a yes man.
But at
That's
least
all
he's
Dan
there.
is. I don't think he went back and told.
That's why I say,
anybody.
Linda, when this all comes out, you're gonna see Dan Brenner, he's gonna resign from his position. to protect-
Dan Brenner listens to
protect
fucking
his-
Ruth and Kelly.
will resign.
And they bully
Not
him.
want to be connected to all.
I think they bully him.
There's a reason why he sits there quiet and doesn't say a word till the
Yes,
very end.
Because
Yeah,
Pruitt and
exactly.
Kelly bully him.
He wants to see which direction they're going, and then he's gonna follow that direction.
Yeah,
Whatever the other two,
Just a yes man.
yes.
he's the yes man.
I
And that's why we
think
want
Guys,
Ed
you
Garrett.
this way.
Kelly is on this, and then Mark's right behind him.
I'm not here to screw up.
I think the point that Kelly
He
is
was
Yeah.
a playback, I remember over there.
yeah. And he's gonna just go with the flow. We don't want to cause no trouble. I've known Dan for a long time. Every time he hires a limo for his employees, he hires me to drive it. Which my friend owns the limo, but I know Dan for a long time. Easygoing, laid back guy. He's not gonna
He
go
don't
against
want
the
any
grain.
controversy.
He don't wanna go against the grain, and so what?
Well,
and
he
Kelly
protects
says
his
is going.
business. If you're pissed off at him, you're not gonna go down there and spend no money at his at his diamond store.
No, not that anybody's gonna
So
fucking.
he's playing both sides of the card, you know, so you don't take money out of his pocket.
Well, nobody's gonna.
Talking about John doing crime?
Well, I know that, but he don't think that way. He
So,
don't think that
I've
way.
already got it on
He's
video.
thinking like, well, there's still a potential customer, even though, you know.
You never know when Mrs. Wright will come along.
You never know when Lonnie's gonna die.
Well, that's true.
That's true.
You know, you don't, Lonnie, you don't go out and just buy a car without test driving it, so send your wife Sunday.
Yeah.
I need to test.
Alright, this is bad.
So now I understand why you're not married, because women do not look at it the same way.
Check on Auburn. Auburn. Could you have his because of yeah.
DOT.
The attorney. The lawyer.
Both of them.
Both of them, you can do both of them. Can you
My
ask
cousin is
them?
the attorney, my niece is the DOT.
Okay, ask them both to do a background check.
Linda, you remember the day when we put them GPSs in,
When
Kevin,
did
you know,
licenses,
and you called him back to the
see
shop.
Any kind of arrest or warrants. or
You had to go
whatever,
out there,
and
we
the
hooked all that
other
back
one
up, I
to
taped it
be
all
more
back up.
official, to see if he's ever
You guys
been
had me,
charged
and
with
Keith
the-
Aubrey said to cover up that camera that wasn't supposed to be
That's
showing.
correct.
I put duct tape over it, and here,
Week last week,
yeah, well,
maybe it was Tuesday.
2 weeks ago,
No, it was last week.
last week, whenever it was.
Last week when he had the crash,
Yeah, it was that.
Yeah. There was,
I gotta go to Grant.
and what caught my eye on the thing, it had just a little emblem come up and said something about the seatbelt, and it had a red marker on it. I go in there, and it's a picture of him sitting there with no seatbelt on.
Yes, and then.
The duct tape was off of the camera, there was 3 pictures of it.
the duct tape was off
The
the
duct
camera.
tape was off of the camera.
How did that happen?
Exactly.
You know, when you actually went.
That's not
So,
good.
you know.
That's not
He's
okay.
going in there.
No.
That's a,
Cause I don't wanna see
They
his
have different connections.
private part.
Well, but if they should keep an eye on Becky over here during the day after she gets hers. You know what I'm saying? That's
Because
not-
I can go back and call up a time frame of when Kevin was driving. So let's say I pick,
So you ought to be able to go back and pick up them 3 incidents when it said that he had 3 seatbelt
Well,
violations.
what we need is we need a copy of those 3 photos of him sitting there with the seatbelt on before Keith Auber deleted them. If he hasn't already,
Seatbelt wasn't on, it's just the fact that the camera was on, he lied.
but that's just it.
Not even supposed
If
to
he
have it.
deletes those and we pull that to his attention, well, where's your fucking proof? I don't have no fucking pictures.
Well, he deletes those, that's deletion and destroying public record. Those photos are now public record.
Well, yeah,
They are now public
they are now public record.
And if he destroys those, that's destroying public record.
But we would have
That's
to
a felony.
prove that he destroyed them. So we have to get a copy of them before he even went through to delete
I know, but
those
if he
So
delete
keep them
those-
photos to a secret.
if he
when we
deletes
say bring
those,
them
that's a
up, so
felony.
whether they're not there,
But
then you
how are we
present
gonna
them.
prove that he deleted them if we can't prove that it was actually there?
exactly.
It's just me saying, yeah, I seen it, well,
Your testimony is
Trust me,
just
Yeah,
as good.
There's
Yeah.
no way.
You should be able to pull back your deleted photo. You should be able to pull it back.
You can't.
Yeah.
A hacker could go in and find out what he deleted from his phone, but it would
The
have to
hacker's
be,
illegal,
it would have
Lonnie.
to be subpoenaed.
You can't
He
do
would
it.
have to be forced to turn it over.
An electronic auditor who knows that system will be able to pull up any deleted files.
Yeah, like the ones that
Yeah.
manufacture it right now,
Yeah.
and the ones that are selling it to them.
But if
Right.
those are deleted and we can document that they were
Sims.
deleted, then that's deletion of public records, that's
What's the
destroying
name of
public records.
that company?
But how would you ever get past him to get to all that?
It's
Here's
just
the
public
thing.
records request.
It doesn't matter if Keith Auber deleted them or not, the company has, trust me, the company has the photos. The company has the photos. Period. I can delete something off my phone, off of Facebook, but I can go to Facebook and say, hey,
We doing well on snacks
Do you
over
So
there.
that's why they always say, I know your browser account, you know? 'cause-
Yeah, pass them around.
Yep, even though you delete them off Facebook or off your offline, it's still on there.
Those came from.
When they say internet forever,
Oh, did you? What are they?
internet forever, they mean internet forever.
Ooh, they're spicy. Here,
These are, try these.
here, they're spicy.
Those are.
Yeah, they're good. I like
They're
them.
spicy.
You don't like spicy stuff?
She just come off on a 4-day fast too, so her gut is real simple.
Do not.
Yeah, because your stomach's gonna be very sensitive coming off of that.
Try one of
It's
these.
something like dogs.
She drinks it.
Becky.
Do not, no, cream it. Don't give it to me.
I told her she didn't put enough,
Oh my God.
peppers in it.
No, you have the.
That's how I like it.
Chips and farts. Don't get it. No, Josh.
She said them are spicy. Trust me, they're pretty good.
You gotta realize she's never had nothing in her stomach for the last 4 days.
You wanna try one?
Oh,
Mine?
no, I'm good.
Here's somebody bragging up how good they are, and then he won't eat them.
Yeah.
Mama's made enough stuff. I'm not gonna go home and.
Talk up lemon. I don't know what they taste like. Them are good.
They're not bad, yeah.
They got a little bit of zip.
I bring a bag of them down to the
They're not hot.
river or land.
It ain't the hot that burns you inside, it's just got a little sting on your mouth and lips. Them pretty good.
Pretty good.
It's secret recipe. It's secret recipe.
Walmart?
Nope.
But you know what?
Finer than frog hairs.
Oh, really?
That's where she gets the stuff
Which do not have.
to make them.
So no.
So what are they, just like saltine crackers?
They're just saltine
Put a little
crackers.
Season them on there and bake them?
Oil. No, they're not even baked.
I really, yeah.
Okay.
You just put them in a bag, fill them with like a cup of oil.
Oh,
Right there, you're going, how's that work?
to me,
They turn
that
salt.
is the best
Yeah,
route.
it
Then
surprised
we
the fuck out of
know
me.
if
The
we're really
seasoning,
fucking up
oil,
and he can fire us all.
And you put them in there
Is that
and
a
just mix the
saltine?
shit. Yeah, it's a saltine cracker.
And then you just dump enough oil in there with your seasoning?
They can't.
Well, I didn't know
Why,
they're
Yeah, you just saying, yeah.
I agree.
You want the recipe, I'll get it.
Yes, please.
It's called firecracker. We're going down the line. They got
Hell no.
cayenne peppers, red peppers, crushed red peppers, blue peppers. And we didn't, you couldn't find it.
And see, that's just it too. Not only are we gonna be aggravated, all them taxpayers, that camera's gonna be recording what's going on in their area, and we're going through their area. So in a sense, your taxpayers.
Good like a holiday.
Well, and paying.
So it's just
And it's public record.
Yeah. I gotta try one of them hot ones.
This truck, Kevin, or whoever, Raymond, whoever's driving by, little Farmer John's over there got a big dick, yeah, I'm taking a piss.
And somebody requested that footage for that day at that time.
There it is. Oh, shit. Oh.
Go girl, go girl.
You know, in all honesty, if you really want to nitpick it down to something,
Did the firecracker.
and somebody
And then
doesn't
she
like
tried
it, they
another
got a
recipe
record,
of
they'll
her
take a
own,
piss
kind of
over here.
ad living. And it made it, you know what the chicken and biscuit cracker?
There's a lot of lawsuits that can be filed.
They tasted.
Legal lawsuits, yes, and if somebody could get
I love it.
Well, there's some already in the works.
it would down his ass.
She only could get.
Yeah, but are those against them or are they against?
They're against the county commission and the sheriff. The county in general.
That's what she got the seasoning to make them. She just was messing around. And it's
Somebody should stress that out. I got it.
Something about, like the argument in here this morning, I said, what argument? She goes, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I said, well, he mad?
Well, that's a shame
He's
because
still
that,
mad.
See, I never
that's a
made
shame because all she would have to do is find out sexual harassment. Is that some
Well, again, how come don't go in there and scream and say, I could hear him from my house if I wanted to, over the highway?
I'll see if I can.
And that's
get a
okay.
recipe for you for a couple.
Because
I
I,
know
He's
firecracker.
not very good at it. You face him, he'll.
Yeah, I'll make them.
Well, look at the commissioner meeting that Dan Brenner was there, and we asked him a question that he was behind, and he said, well, there's your commissioner right there, you need to ask him. He was right there, passing the buck.
Evidently,
And then when I get on it, alright, let's just get all three of you guys out here and just have a meeting.
Let them set.
Never again, that's what I got next
Put
day,
them
we're
in a big,
going
like,
along.
2-pound bag, or 2-gallon bag, and
That's just so
rotate.
they can't record.
Yeah, you wouldn't put them in that.
It was all the same.
It all Saturday. You gotta
They
put
put
them
it
in
down to where they
Bigger
were
bag, and
employees
then
only,
rotate
can't
them
record
around.
it.
Turn them about once an
Yeah,
hour.
we can't
The
record.
point of it is not
Unless
the
Commissioner Sarah put
Never really got
I'll cover this right now in legality. The fact that they say that you can't record and they have a resolution out on that is bullshit. If you record, as a county employee, you are bound by the policy.
Handbook.
Yeah, you're bound by the policy of the handbook. However, if you secretly record that meeting and they don't know about it, they can't fucking touch you. Kansas state law is a one-party state. As long as you give yourself permission to record it, they can't touch you legally. The most they can do is write you up or fire you.
And then good luck if they fire you.
And good luck.
And then you got the lawsuit.
And then you've got a lawsuit
Because
for
if I get
violating your
fired,
First Amendment rights.
If I get fired, I was working
And
until I
John,
was 67 years old.
You're hard of hearing. I see a hearing aid.
Yeah, exactly.
Right there is an ADA violation.
Yeah, they fire me.
American Disabilities Act, that's a violation.
Absolutely, anybody who has anxiety or PTSD.
I'm diabetic.
You have
I had
PTSD,
coronary heart
memory
disease,
loss.
You know, so.
American against, you know, disability. You know.
As long as they don't know you're recording, they cannot fucking touch you.
Sedatives for my.
If you want to take that recording and give it to somebody that nobody knows and has no ties and have them air it and publish it, let them.
Well, they
They can't touch
If
it.
they find out,
They
if
ain't
they
gonna
find
know who it
out
came
you
from.
recorded it, you're protected under the Whistleblower Act.
Whistleblowers Act, yep. If you catch something major in that audio recording, you're protected under the Whistleblowers Act.
But the thing is,
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yes.
that is a public.
So, yeah, so like.
If you catch something that's major,
One of our meetings.
I mean,
Do not let
they
them
really gotta be
Only
able
if
to.
we go into executive session.
Discrimination, but something like I can add that to anybody else that is not affiliated with us.
And
They can
have
publish
that
it. Yes, and if they find out, they say, oh, well, now we know that Raymond, it gets back somehow, it gets back, I'm covered under the Whistleblower Act. You cannot fire me. And I will not lose my job from the county.
they can't fire you over it. They can't, they
Because
can't,
you're covered under the Whistleblower Act.
yeah, they can't punish you in any way. If you catch something major and it's public concern and public interest, if it's a misappropriation of funds, discrimination, sexual harassment, you catch that on that recording, they can't touch you. And you can even go public with it, and they can't touch you.
But isn't that a public building that would have to remain unlocked from 7 to 3:30?
Absolutely.
To have a closed meeting, you've got to have it in a closed
After
room.
hours.
You have to have it after hours, or they have to build a separate room just to hold those meetings.
And it's gotta be locked.
And it's got to be locked during normal business hours.
Law.
But that is an open to the public building. You guys all got to be open from 7 to 3:30.
It's called limited public forum.
Yes,
Time, place, and manner.
I mean, it's, oh no,
The only way to have a closed meeting is in a closed room.
Like Linda, if you was go in a meeting with Keith Faber and you're worried about what might be said, you can secretly record that meeting as long as you give yourself permission. You cannot take a record,
As I what, Richard?
give yourself permission. As long as you know about your recording, he doesn't need to know. As long as you know, that's all that matters.
That's right, that is the law.
That's a Kansas state law.
Some states say you
record
have
that
to let
meeting.
the other party.
He does not need to know.
Conversation.
You can record your private phone conversations with him too.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
So when he's in there telling you, you need to do this and do that and do this,
And trying to take over your position, you need to record that and document it.
Absolutely.
Another thing Keith Kelly told me, his job is to sit there, run the budget, and be the third person if one of us has an issue with you.
Exactly.
Yes.
He's not supposed
Yes.
to be the second person. He's
Linda was
supposed to be-
hired to run the road and bridge
Yep.
crew, and he is not allowing her to run the road and bridge crew. He is overstepping his
Well, it's just
boundaries,
like
and the commissioners.
The only stipulations though on that recording,
Linda, every time you take off work, he is out patrolling and busting.
Oh, no, he's
You
not.
knew that fucking first hour the other day.
Fuck yes, I knew it at 9:30 when I got out of bed and was trying to watch, Dr. Phil. And he calls and he says, this is what's going on.
Why is he calling you on your day off?
Right.
don't answer the phone.
Why is he fucking calling you on your day off? You're the one on vacation.
If there's not a
Okay.
What are you supposed to be doing? You're supposed to be at home relaxing. Why are you supposed to still be working?
That is
while
your
you're
time
on
that
your
you
day
have
off?
earned.
Period.
Okay, next week, I'm there Monday. I'm off Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Don't answer
Do not
his fucking
answer.
phone
No,
call.
I'm gonna just leave it off.
Yep, turn the
Or
motherfucker
you
off.
either answer your phone and say.
And if it's
"Deal
a
with it,
county
motherfucker."
phone,
Or let it go to voicemail, and then if it's important, something serious, then call them
Because if
back.
you're
Otherwise,
calling
let it go to voicemail.
Matt's job.
if it's a
to run
county
this-
phone, go set it on
Yes.
Chief Auber's
It
fucking
is
desk.
Matt's job.
It's Matt's job, not
I've already
his.
been told about that.
It's supposed to be Matt under me.
Exactly. So
And
why the
when's the
fuck is
last
he
time
calling?
Matt's called you and said, Raymond, I want you to do this?
Only covered up the tube.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be about it.
maybe 2 or 3 times in the fucking 3.5 years I've been there. Maybe 2 or 3 times.
I know he
And that's
called you.
only to, like Brandon said, that's only to go cover up a tube that Todd or Jay's putting in. That's the only time.
Or a snowstorm, hey, come over
Or
here.
a tornado,
Right.
anything, a sinkhole, anything.
A tornado,
You should not call
that's
Linda
a
unless
different
it's-
Well, yes, yes.
That's why I said let it go to voicemail. If it's an emergency or something, then that's
Yeah.
a different story.
But
Otherwise, leave it on voicemail.
everyday stuff. In the 3.5 years I've been there, he's called me.
I'm not dealing with this petty shit. Delete the voicemail.
To go, usually it's Todd called me the last time. No, actually Jay did up there on that
And
one
then-
road, and Todd
Turn
called me
that phone
one
off and just
time.
say,
and
oh, it
I
must
never
have
hear
just
from
died.
Matt.
I just didn't realize.
SOS, right?
Because Matt can tell us, that, well, just call so-and-so and whoever, call Richard.
Well, yeah,
call-
Each and every
There's no
one of
reason
you know
to
my
call
personal
Matt.
number
And
if
if
you
Matt
need
called
to
me,
know.
and I talked to Matt, and I
We
know
know
he's
each and every
never
one
called
of you
you
know.
Unless
anyway.
it's an emergency, we're
You know,
supposed to.
Right.
when you put that tube over,
You'll
you
get it
call
sooner
me.
or later.
Linda, what you should do
I'm
is
here.
every time
Well,
you
we're putting
call,
the tube, come on.
let him leave a voicemail.
There's no reason to put
and
Matt in
listen to the
that.
voicemail.
He's got enough bullshit.
He won't incriminate
Because
himself.
just like
He's
we've
smart
all
for
said.
that.
Oh, no.
they talk
You'll
about
say,
shit
Well, I'm
all
just
day.
saying,
when you got a minute.
It's just easier.
But don't call him
You're
every
you're in charge
time.
of that
That's
job.
an, and you just,
call me.
if he says
Last one I
anything
put
that
it
I'm
down
saying,
there.
you just tell him.
I didn't
Well,
know
I
if he
figured
was
if it was an
able to come down and
emergency,
look.
you would have said
And
something.
I told Penny, I showed him the next day, I said, "Well, what I got?" I said, you know, you can make it down to look at it. I said, here's this.
Oh, I might have
He
to.
came down like,
Yeah, might be something to say about
Well,
it.
the last 2 times that you guys put in on my area.
Who
you
knows,
called me
after
on one,
next week, he just
and
might quit after
Jay
having.
called me on that.
But I think this is much important. You guys go tomorrow and talk to this attorney so we know legally,
Yes,
legally,
legally,
if
what you
this
can do.
in the paper is a smart move or not.
Well, Terry used to be a judge too.
You do, well,
She
then
knows.
if
She
she
knows.
knows, then she would.
Well,
she
and too,
would-
she's
I've
still
already
gonna
given
have
you guys
stature with other
advice.
judges
And
because of
because
the
she knows
professional
what's going on.
criticism
And
from
if Terry-
being a judge prior,
And
But she's
she's
got a
not.
question.
She may not give us
Yeah.
answers tomorrow, but I guarantee you Monday
And I
she
wouldn't
will.
trust her.
yeah.
You know, I mean, she can kind of steer us in some directions, but
Well, she's gonna know right away about the paper. I guarantee you she's gonna
All
know.
she has to do is give you advice.
Yes.
Say, yes, do this, no, do
No,
not do that.
don't do that,
All
don't
she
do that.
has to do
Let me
is
look into
give
this.
advice
yeah.
on what you can legally do and what you cannot legally do. The whole point of this is to nail this ass. You want to do it right and you want to do it legally.
She'll put us in.
So you need somebody who can give you advice. And I think, well, who else? It's his fault.
Well, when the heat comes down to the commissioners and it gets, they're gonna have to do something with it.
Oh,
Well, we've said that 10 fucking
I
times already.
guarantee
That's
you,
the problem.
Yeah, but I don't-
anytime
nothing
anything
like
comes
this has
down,
come down.
I guarantee
Oh,
you,
yeah,
the
this
first
is-
commissioner to run, to run away is gonna be Brenner. He will not want this to hurt his reputation. He is Superman, trust me.
He is Superman. How does he get by with it?
Brenner is going to
Oh,
run away
Well, Keith Auburn.
But
because he will not want his
Right here.
reputation.
like I said, I wanna know who my snitch is. I wanna know who my backstabber is.
You have
again,
one?
If Keith Auburn does not find out about this.
You know this for
meeting,
sure, Linda?
Yeah, you know for sure somebody do
If
it.
Keith
You got a
Auburn does-
backstabber or a snitch somewhere?
I got a backstabber,
Guarantee you, there's a snitch. I'm telling you right now.
but I don't know who it is. And I'd
And
love to know who it is.
here's the thing, I am a third party, I'm not in this group, I don't work with you guys every day, but everything this man tells me, I
Josh,
told
maybe?
him.
You think? Are
Guys,
you, he's one of them, but there's might be
Now,
another.
every single person in this
Is
room,
AJ. Because AJ
everybody
does a
trusts.
lot.
I don't trust them neither.
If
He
Keith
does a lot of-
Auburn
the,
finds
running
out
a lot of
about
calling
this
straight to
meeting,
Keith Auburn.
it's in
He'll
what was
bypass me and then
said,
go
is
straight to
because
Keith.
somebody in this room
Exactly,
told him.
exactly.
So what I would say is be careful what you say except for this
You
group.
don't say
Fucking
anything, you don't say
Fucking
everything.
Well, what's said here tonight stays here tonight.
Yeah.
Exactly,
That's it.
exactly. If they weren't in this room, nothing is fucking said to anybody. I don't give
We
a fuck
ain't
who
gonna
it
have
is.
the balls
Hang
down
on,
there.
Who's conducting this investigation? Who's the commissioners?
Don't know.
It's what's our,
HR.
yes, our HR, the ones that wrote up the handbook.
It's not the commission.
Which ones were
No,
the five people?
no.
Is it that third party attorney law firm that pulled me into that investigation?
There's a
You need
good
a
reason
good
why
chair.
commissioners
It's
should
called
not
what,
be
HR
invited
partners
to
or
this.
something.
Okay, that's not too
Because I
bad.
guarantee
He told me there's
This
an
law
outfit
firm
that
came out
wrote
of
up-
Salina.
that wrote up the
Absolutely.
handbook, and it's our, well, it's our HR people now.
Is there
Whatever.
anybody at the courthouse? I know that all those ladies can't.
So
fucking
basically,
stand
the
it, so
HR
there's
deal
something-
is not even part of the
Up there.
county.
Yeah, it's a third party.
None
In
of them
Topeka.
women.
In Topeka is what I've
There's only
heard.
one person up to the courthouse that wants him to stay.
That's what I'm getting at. Is there something up there we can dig into too?
Oh, I'm sure.
Why does Linda Gerhardt hate him so bad?
I heard Mark.
Because she's brilliant.
Because she sees all the money that we're blowing away and all the money
If
we've
we
had
could
back
get
in the
somehow,
reserves
if we
that
could
he
get
wants to
Sally,
spend.
Allen, Kathy to talk, because there's a reason everybody left at once.
There's gotta be a reason why everybody
Because
loves
there was
her.
like 4 or 5 people that retired all in a year.
Tammy Molden, of course.
Because
she
none
just
of
was
them
ready.
even liked him.
She was just
That's what I'm
ready.
getting at.
Nobody in the fucking courthouse, they don't want him up there.
Well, he needs to go up there because he's the public works.
But
director.
nobody
That's
up
where
there,
he should be.
That's where his office
nobody
needs
That's where he
wants him
should
up
be
there
at.
at the courthouse.
Let them deal with him.
And he don't wanna be at the
But they don't
courthouse.
want him.
But that's where he needs
Well,
to
too
be.
bad, that's.
I know.
That's where every surrounding county, all their public works director are in the fucking courthouse.
And the other person we gotta watch, I told this the other day to, I think there was like Matt and Braden and me sitting there talking, and I said, there's eyes on this yard at all times, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, down there at the recycling center?
Yeah.
But you can't.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I've been in that office and you can't see up.
Yeah, but there,
But they can see the trucks and stuff.
Yes, he got his signs, yes, and we'll put them in the yard.
Well, I'm gonna put them somewhere to keep.
Oh, you should put them in front of the, put one in front of the road and bridge.
I want to put one on the back of my trailer, but I don't know.
Well, I want to put one in the yard, but put the other one.
You can't put it on the trailer because of the handbook, yeah. but That's not saying it.
Kathy Trader, I didn't know that.
He can put one down in the ditch that, right up against the highway, in front of the road and bridge.
No, you can't put it on the right of way of a state or
No,
county
you
road.
cannot.
It's gotta be on private property.
Coloration and put it over there.
Put it there, you put it in.
You can put it on Rishik's, or you can put it across the road north on that straighter deal right there.
On Sam.
The guy with the tracking was in that.
But the problem is,
Where does Sam sit?
Where's her line ending?
the Sugar Field.
Is she in there?
Yep, on Peru's area.
You know what would be
Trigger
really
field is
awesome
where
if you
her-
put one in
where she
Pruitt's
is.
That
yard.
concrete bridge.
Right there.
North or south?
College Road.
Oh, Trigger
And get a
Field.
picture of it.
College
So we got proof that it was there.
Concrete bridge.
Elk Creek.
And take
Elk
a
Creek.
Yeah, Elk Creek.
Fucking quick.
Oh, I love the road.
Where does it end going south?
198.
I
190th.
thought they changed that. I
190th
thought
is
they took it
Kelly's.
down for,
You could
you better
put
look
it in,
that up, cause I think
put it,
they
take a
gave him.
picture, take it down.
They were talking about it, but I don't think they ever got
They
it.
never did.
Brenner's is 190th, right?
Kelly's.
No, that's all
Put it in
chalked
his
up
yard,
now.
take a picture.
They changed, they
They
did change
Brenda's
it.
got just a little chunk of Holton,
They wanna vote for.
kind of like out when you said Sugar Field, and then it's a little narrow strip out, and then he's basically got all the reservation.
Yeah.
He's got all the reservation?
He's pretty much all the reservation. Yeah.
I'm Native American, I know a lot of people out there. I need a truck full of signs.
You're an indigenous person.
I'm indigenous.
Hey, thank you for the day off, by the way.
Yeah, anytime, brother.
Now you want to see it,
You boys are being awful quiet over there.
Oh, they're talking amongst themselves, trust me.
Take notes.
They mumble and they're taking notes. And I know that, and I know Ninja was doing a background check on it.
Let's go, you
You
look.
get really bad reception.
That
at the
special
shop,
investigation
so,
they pulled me in
he's
for when I
gonna
was
do
supposed to
the
go to
background
Arkansas?
check when he
Yeah.
gets home.
It was all over this Facebook post. That is whoever the fuck that is.
Jackson Transparency. Okay,
They tried to pass it off as me.
okay.
That Jackson Transparency, they tried to put it on you?
Yep.
Really?
Oh, I'm sorry, you talking to the home already, sir?
You know, Tori,
I emailed that third party law firm that did the questioned me and supposed to pull some of you guys in. I emailed them and I said, can I get a copy of that post that Jackson County tried to pull off as me? Yeah, they sent me a copy of it.
Who's this Indian Mike or whatever?
He lives over on 198, right across from Matt DeVader.
Indiana Mike?
Oh, not Indiana Mike. That's
Oh, I thought it was Indiana Mike.
no, that's
He was a soldier, isn't he?
He is a soldier.
Indiana Mike lives, I think, probably over there. But what I'm thinking
Yeah, but
of is
these are people that are.
Roddy Meyer. Roddy Meyer lives across from Matt DeVader.
They're the ones that are partners together on the national defense for the EMP burst protectors
You
module.
just don't know who they, what their real name is.
Right.
Because they're anonymous.
Yep.
Yes, ma'am. That is true.
I'm the one that brought him up here.
I know, but I just.
Do you know anybody out there named Indiana Mike?
Yeah.
They had several of them.
No.
We're all three civil rights advocates.
Indiana Jones.
I hope they bring a big camera crew right outside on the lawn, I mean, right out there on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Wait, why is there a big camera crew here?
I would love to see 13.
That's how I could
49,
tell you
right there,
firmly
and then
there's gonna be a
tell
lawsuit.
them to get out there at the sidewalk and record.
Well, depending on what happens with the attorney, if we all sit down.
They
and
banned
go
him from
on
the courthouse and the courthouse lawn.
Then we'll have them.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Then we will call them.
We'll all have our 15.
Can't. That's why I said there's gonna be a lawsuit coming. They can't do that.
He was verifying, he said.
You cannot trespass anybody from a public property or public building without
Oh, he was
committing a
banned.
You
crime.
didn't see
Exactly.
You have to commit a crime.
He
where
banned
they escorted that
Just
guy
because
out?
you stood in the spot and standing against the wall is not a crime. There's a lawsuit coming on that.
Kelly thinks he runs the whole Jackson County.
Yeah. Well, Kelly just got their asses settled in the
Well, they got
lawsuit.
more than one lawsuit coming.
Oh, yeah.
because You don't think I won't follow through with mine now?
Oh, no, they got more than one lawsuit just themselves. That's 2 people that was trespassed and kicked out of there. And then there's kicked out of a public
And I hope
building,
they fire
kicked
them.
off of public property, and then you got the Kansas Open Meetings Act violations that are going on, and then you got all that other shit. There's gonna be lawsuits, and I guarantee you Jackson County commissioners are racking up and costing our taxpayers money by the thousands, if not millions.
Didn't you tell Gavin that?
I told Kevin about Barnett, and Barnett pulled his stuff that day, and I called him a liar in the shop to his face. And I told Kevin, I hope somebody says fire him. Well, I got 2 farms over on Facebook. Oh, God, don't do that. What about 2 weeks later, Barnett said, Kevin, you know, I wasn't good.
How do the rest of the employees that are not here to CC feel?
They're pissed. They're pissed.
Brady can't fucking stand Keith Hopper. He calls them squints.
I think there's a lot of that is out there, but they're afraid.
Well, some of them doesn't know any better yet, really.
Well, that's true too, but there's a lot of them out there that are afraid to, you know, they want to keep their jobs.
They need their job.
They don't want to.
Okay, I need
Exactly, but you know
In the
what,
hat.
once this actually gets out, you
But-
Now, that's real different if they're not.
I need my job too, but my guarantee of my rights and all of you guys' rights come first.
There's something about.
I can get a job somewhere else.
I would raise all of the raise to do what's right and stand up for what's right. And if you're not doing that, then
We're not protecting the future, Wade.
no. Or
Three Stooges.
I got young kids. I don't know where else than shoes. What my dad made.
He has the
Right.
employees under his management. I mean, you know,
You just
you
start
will
reporting
have
that.
come forward, and
We have to in our city,
I mean,
city council meetings
Yeah.
recorded to Facebook, and why can't they do it?
Well, we got somebody in the commissioners now that are gonna try to start live streaming.
I seen it, I mean, they.
But now, why, when these people go in there, you cannot hear them fucking commissioners.
No, you can't.
So why can't they, why don't they put a microphone in there?
Because they don't want you to hear the things they whisper.
Exactly. But if you go in there.
That's what Mike
now
and
I
them in
know,
that
like,
meeting was trying to point out when they moved over to that wall. We can't hear you back here.
Now, going
And you
out
can't
to the
legally
tribal
be
council
whispering.
meetings, which is the same thing as a commissioners meeting, you go in there and you bring up a topic and somebody, you know, I say we do this, somebody seconds it, then you bring it into discussion. Then you take a vote to put microphones in there and they have to fucking do it.
Not really.
No,
There's
they
no-
do.
no.
If the people, if you get enough people out here that do that, they have to.
There's no law in the Kansas Open Meetings Act says they have to microphone it or record it.
No, I'm not, that's not.
The commissioners would have to vote on it,
That's not, no.
not the people. The commissioners have to vote on it. That's the law. That's Kansas Open Meetings Act law. That's Kansas State.
You're saying that you can't just put, you have to have a vote to have a.
The commissioners
If I
have
put
to,
something on the floor.
the commissioners have
and
to put-
somebody seconds it,
like who?
the general public,
General public can't do that. The board has to do that.
and that's bullshit.
That's the law though.
That is bullshit because these people is the ones that put them motherfuckers in that seat.
That's why you need to get them motherfuckers out of that seat, put somebody in there that will.
So I just buy a
Because when Richard, when we go out here to, when I go out here to the tribal council meetings, you have to be voted into that position.
Right.
Now, there's 5 tribal council members.
Well, the council, I don't know your rules of,
Well,
no,
I guess you're right.
on that.
there,
So
yes.
the county is
So
different
now
from
the
the
people
tribal.
come in, they make a suggestion.
Right. And
Somebody
the way it
seconds
should be is the
Then they
people.
put it into, you know, opinions, whatever. Everybody gets up and talks. Then somebody says, yeah, and then they take it to
called
a
a public
vote
forum.
to the general council.
Right,
The
right,
general council is us. Is
right.
us right
And I
here.
think that's probably part of the rules of that.
Which means it's the people that's out here, and the tribal council has to do what us, the people, the general council says.
Right.
And that's the way it should be out here.
It's not. And they only have to abide by state law. That's it.
Yeah.
And the state law says that they.
Yeah, because them fucking three commissioners get up there and whisper amongst each other.
Only
Get
the,
on the same
only
page
the
next
board,
to
only the
you know.
board of the commissioners can dictate a resolution whether or not to have the microphones or have it live streamed or have it videoed. They are the only ones that can do that. Unless the state, you get people in Topeka, the state legislators and your representatives, to put it in the law that they have to,
Right.
that's the only other way.
And see, every other place has,
Until
Their
then, you're gonna have to go in there with your own camera and record it.
so everybody can come to them, us blue-collared workers.
The only thing the law
we can't
protects
go
you
to
is
these
you can
fucking
go in and
things.
record it yourself.
Yeah.
Unless they do what they did to you guys.
Yep, but that's a lawsuit, so they're gonna get corrected on that.
Didn't they put it in there that that you have to be that thing right down there at the bottom says that you have to be a Shawnee County resident now in order to be.
And that's gonna be another lawsuit, because that's discrimination.
Yeah.
Because they collect state and federal funds, and because they collect state and federal funds, they have to allow any taxpayer in this country in that room to record it and be a part of it.
Absolutely.
That's another lawsuit.
Yeah, they wrote it right there, it's right there. But that attorney, that new attorney they have, he ain't.
No, he ain't.
That attorney that's representing Jackson County is going to cost this county money. I know more law than that
He's the,
motherfucker.
that attorney's the one that's fucking the goddamn,
I
he
know
don't
more.
know his ass from
I
the
know
other.
more law than that piece of shit does. I could defend that commissioner's board better than that piece of shit that's sitting in there making millions. Yes.
This is our new guy.
but he's a young guy, he's
Well, you can see in that video how frustrated
You
he
can
got.
tell he has no idea what's going on.
He has no idea. These two guys that I sent up here for a reason, because they bait them, and they bait them, and they bait them until they bite, and they take the hook and get their asses in the law.
just what they did.
Just what they did, right here. And they're not done.
Right here.
They're not done. They fucked around, found out, and they're coming back for more.
They're fucking smart.
Yeah.
And they ain't had fucking been to law school training once, probably.
Nope.
Maybe some college, but, you know, it didn't take an attorney.
Justin Spies, the other guy with the braided hair, the dreads, he's an actual doctor. He's got a PhD.
Oh, really? The first one they escorted out, the one that was standing.
The one with the
beard,
dreads?
The dreads and the hat.
Yep.
They was the first one that went out. They didn't show that video.
No, they didn't show that, but I'm sure they have it. It'll probably eventually make
Oh,
it.
I'm sure.
But, yep. County landed themselves in some
Yeah, me
pocket.
and Lonnie, I'm gonna make a phone call in the morning to make sure it's okay for us to go down there first.
When they
And
fucked
I'll
with me, they
text
fucked up
message
with the
you
wrong person, because then I bring in
Whether to
reinforcements.
come up or not, because if she's busy, I don't wanna bother her.
Yeah.
I mean, we can even go down Monday afternoon if she's free then or something. Because she runs a law firm out of her house.
Oh,
She
yeah.
has two law firms.
I think she'll see us because you guys are cousins.
She has a law firm out of her house, plus she has an office also in Lloyd's. That she, so she's Shawnee County and Douglas County.
So she's legal to prosecute in this county then.
Yeah,
She
it's
was
state. Once
she
you're
was-
barred in Kansas, you're
Since
all
she's
state.
Native American, she was a tribal judge. So she also knows the, you know, and going back to all this attorney leave, it would be funny because my religion, the Native American religion, the tribe gives us 4 days off for any family member for grievance, because our beliefs and Native American beliefs, okay, you bury a family member, you pick a family member, and that family member gets what they call a coma. And the family is not released until 4 days later after that family member has been combed. And is what they do is they go in, comb their hair, wash them with a sponge, dress them, and then you're released to go back. 4 days. So, not that I want any family member, but if it ever has to be that way, I will request them 4 days off.
Oh, hell yes.
Yeah.
Because that is my religious belief, Native American belief. 4 days grieving.
And they deny you, there's a lawsuit.
Yep.
Take it anyway, and if they take action, there's the lawsuit.
You get 150,000. Yes,
He's gonna keep praying for you.
Exactly.
all right, I'm not asking. Just by
Yeah, if they run me off or fire me, buddy, I'm working till I'm 67 years old, so I want the top of tier 3 pay because I can run all that equipment. I want my 40 hours a week, that check to come in. I want my keepers to be paid in on my behalf, and I want all my medical benefits to be paid the whole time. I'm not taking one lump sum. They're going to pay me every week into the state, into my medical, everything until I reach the age of 67. And if I die before I hit 67, I still want that pay.
Me and your wife again.
Matt wanted to be here, but he got two groceries.
Jason called me on Eddie on our way back from the Shaw and skid
He
loader.
goes,
He was looking for
Jason
somebody
wants
to
to
drink
fish. He
beer.
said, well, I go fishing with him. He
Jason,
said, 7 o'clock, I'm gonna be too drunk to drive over there.
I tried to call him once.
Well, when I was over Bill's son-in-law's fence, I told him I'm got to go because we started drinking at 10 o'clock when I got to his house. I was like, I got to go home. He won't get me too drunk. I ain't gonna make the meeting.
Well, Linda, I think, being how you're gonna be off these next couple of weeks for a little bit, you kinda need to maybe let Kevin know on the rock side, truck wise.
Already done.
Well, I mean, same way Brandon on K Road stuff, because every time you're gone, he wants to change the plans and do
Oh, yeah.
something.
Just like
Yeah,
that
go
one
on,
last
John.
Friday, it was fucking go here, go there,
Right,
whatever.
right.
John called me, I wasn't even at work with it. I was like, fuck, you guys supposed to be hauling down on him, and I didn't know any different. Till it's done at that point.
Yeah. But every
But
time
he
she's
switched
gone, he
it
wants
up
to
that
change
point.
plans.
And who did he go to? Joe.
Actually, Linda,
He went to
what
Joe.
you need to do is write down.
I have it all wrote down.
On the board.
On the
Okay.
board.
Because, you know, Keith's father, he's gonna use Sylvia.
Yep.
And
Yeah, I've got it wrote down.
Great.
Linda, I'm serious. You need to start recording that
If
shit.
it's a verbal thing, you don't have anything to do with
No,
it.
but
you
I
actually
have
wrote
it wrote down.
And a photo of it, so
Well, I was gonna say,
a photo of
Take a
it.
picture of the board.
Yes.
we'll just snap a picture of it and we got it right there.
Because come Monday, they don't want us, Monday down there. They call it rock on camp. They don't need it.
Well, we're gonna be going.
So we're just gonna go.
Matt don't even know either.
We're gonna go to 278, and we're gonna start on 278 with Josh and Phil. While we're giving them a break to get some of their polish.
That is if Josh is there. Monday.
If he doesn't go.
And if not, we're gonna turn right.
Well,
and Tuesday,
If not, I got 258 or 158 that needs finished.
So Scott needs to come in and drive a truck so that's my road. I don't want Josh on my road. All will go in the blade, but Scott come in and drive a truck.
It's between the two highways.
Monday?
Brandon doesn't need us Monday.
Okay, Scott needs to go in and drive a truck, Lonnie, John, and you, and then I'll go get my blade and I'll do there, because I don't want Josh doing it.
Well, I didn't know who that was.
That's mine. That's mine.
That is right.
When Brandon told me he didn't need us Monday,
Yeah.
Hey, Linda,
We ain't got nobody.
Linda, you make sure I got your personal
From
phone
Highway
number. I'll
75
start sending those
east
videos
is
to
all
you when I
mine.
get them.
So if Scott comes in and drives the truck, takes my truck, Lonnie and you and John,
I got no pen,
then here,
but
Linda. So Monday I'll plan on, I'm sorry. Monday I'll, he's easy there, big fella. So
so is this your
Monday I'll
copy?
be in my blade, Scott come in and drive the truck.
Just put your number in there.
U4. And I'll
That's
meet
your
you
personal?
on 278.
And then I'll just start forwarding those videos.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Because I'll get them before everybody else does. You want them too, Bryson?
I don't agree with him.
It is a good idea.
817.
Okay. I'll work it my ass off. Getting dark and I'm like.
785,
817. 64.
64.
Everybody going home?
Yeah, it's
At least the
almost 10
folks that live
o'clock.
on the west side.
Yep.
I got a long ways to go, Brandon.
What? The best thing about it, you're just leading the train.
here than I am.
Where's your trash at, Kevin?
Any of them can.
No, my husband told me, hey, if you just go, you're out. What home? Oh, they know what to be there.
Where do you want your chair? Right here is fine?
I told, she goes, I'm gonna go get some more crackers. I said, take a ham sandwich.
Yep, the whiskey's gone. We need to go.
You need to try to get to a place in Holton, park at the bridge yard. Cause then you can go right there on Spring Road, ain't that yours?
I'm right, I'm at 190th to 142.
190,
Yeah,
yeah,
he
but
stopped
Spring
it.
Road, but Spring Road will take you right there too, and it's probably cheaper to find something in Holton than it is to be.
So far,
Unless you can find something in
cheapest one I've
Denison,
found so far is about 1,400.
in Holton.
Unless you want an old mobile trailer. And
Well, they put the smaller houses aren't that much. So I've seen one for $700 the other day in Holton.
I seen a trailer for $750.
There's a house.
Was it?
That's what I was
I
thinking, if
didn't
you
see
find,
that.
what about Denison don't have anything?
Not that I've seen so far. If I can't find nothing, I'll just go truck driving over the road, stick in the truck, and don't have to worry about paying rent.
Yeah, but you got your son.
On the weekends, every other weekend.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yep.
I don't know.
Tired of-
Marietta would be, but then where would you park your blade, up at the wood strip?
Probably. Point Stick or Barrows. Barrows will probably let me
Yeah,
park there.
Charlie would probably let you stay there. Park there.
I've been kind of looking around and seeing if I
I
can
just
see
don't want to
something,
drive
but-
too far because that old piece of shit truck of mine ain't gonna make it this long.
Well, the best scenario is for you to be just to be able to keep it where you live like you wanted. But I was like, man, I don't know, that's
Best
gonna be
scenario would be
expensive.
my wife get her head out of her ass and get her shit
What the
straight.
hell's going
I
on?
don't have no idea.
Is she going through menopause or something?
Well, she has been for several years now
Well, then
since
you
she
need to
had a
get her some
hysterectomy.
shit. Yeah, you need to get her. You
But
could like
you can't
better
get her
your
to take her
hormones in line.
meds. And she's got a bunch of outside people that her mother doesn't like me because I stand up for all of us
Yeah.
and shit like that. So her mother tells her that I'm no good, I'm a piece of shit, I'm just gonna bring trouble. And then her friends just telling her the same thing. And so she's got it in her head that, you know,
Yeah, she got like.
if she ain't gonna make it, she can't make it financially.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
She
the
won't be able to
one
make the
single
rent
incomes.
or the-
I make more than she does. And if I'm gonna struggle, she's damn sure gonna struggle when it's $850 a month, plus all utilities,
And
propane.
She's gonna try to stay there.
Yeah. That's her,
no
that's her
choice.
inheritance. That house and land is her inheritance.
Oh, she.
So,
Yeah, I was like, man, dude, you're in a tough spot. Hey, now that I think about it, well, I don't think they'd let you take the blade out of county, would they?
well, the only reason they might let me is if I'm just like a half mile outside of west town.
I
Or
was
west of
gonna say,
county
I was
line.
gonna say right there.
Or right on the county line.
142. I mean, right there. What's his face? That works at the quarry, Kurt.
Yeah.
He's got that rock house on top of that hill. He bought the house down below it, and he was staying in the rock house up there. I don't know, but it's further than a mile.
It's up there on X4 Road. Is that the one?
It's on the North Cedar. So it's what, it's what?
Well, that still wouldn't be
3
far to
miles.
drive. That wouldn't be too bad.
I don't know if he'd rent it to you or not. I don't know what it is.
I'll have to
But when he lived in
Can you
it,
get information from me next time you're in there?
Kirk,
Yeah,
yeah.
because I don't go in there.
Well, he goes to Dennis Bar all the time. He's always
I don't even know what he looks like.
I don't know if he'd, but I think it needs some work done on it. He lived in it, because he lived in it, it was pretty, he lived a
It could
rough
be a
life.
fixer up. I don't care. As long
It's
as
his
he's not,
family home.
as long as he's not going to charge me outrageous for rent, and I can
don't
still
wanna
make
do
it on
that.
the single,
Right.
income. But
But I mean, that, just me thinking about places there, that'd be kind of the place, because I know that he lived there, and I don't know if he'd even be interested in renting it out. I
well,
don't
if you
know.
see him, can you get his
I
information?
can text him and ask him.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
So, now I'm thinking, where's some places around here that
And that's what I was going to tell you, Lonnie. Keep me in your prayers, man.
Oh, yeah.
My kid's got a camper for sale. My daughter and her husband's got a nice, it's a toy hauler, so you can put all your junk in the back of it. They want $30,000 for it. But it's,
I can't do that until after
Right.
the divorce is
see,
final.
and then it's you got a fifth wheel, so then you'd have to get a whole other truck.
My truck's got set up for a fifth wheel. I just don't have that fifth wheel in it.
Oh yeah, they got all the stuff that goes in with it. All the stuff that goes with it.
My
That'd be the
truck
only
will
other
fall.
thing that you could live at the lake for a while. And it's nice. I mean, that camper's nice. I'm like, well,
Yeah,
that'd be an
prairie's
option.
only like $10 a day. So
Yeah.
$300 a month is what it costs
But
to
if
park
you can
there.
find somebody's property to park on, that thing right there, it's an all-season camper and everything. It'd be perfect for a single person. It's got a bunk in it for the kids and everything. I mean, for your son and everything. So you can put a washer and dryer in the back. It's got hookups for a washer and dryer. It'd be perfect setup.
But yeah, if you can talk
Hopefully
to
she
him.
gets her head out.
I know. I
Tell
don't
her,
see it
"Man, are you
happening.
sure you want to do this? When we're done, we're done.
I tried talking to her, and she's pretty much so far dead set, so I'm willing to let her bury herself at this point. I mean, what can I do?
Singles make
There ain't no sense in fighting over it. There ain't no sense in fighting with her.
Yeah, she's
Just
already.
keep the peace. Let her make her own mistakes. Let her find out the hard way. And I just walk
I
away.
don't think you could call me
you
in
still
6
there?
months and expect me to just
Right.
come back.
Exactly.
Are you still there with her?
Yeah. She said we're going to keep it civil and peaceful until I find a place, or until the
This
divorce
shit
is
blows
final,
over.
and I decide whether or not I'm going to go over the road or stay with the county. It all depends on whether I can find where I can live and shit like that.
Well, over the road. Money. I wouldn't go over the
I
road
double
in winter.
my monthly income going
Yeah.
over the road.
Oh, yeah. Get a dedicated
You
driver.
lose that time with your son.
I know,
That's the
that's
only
the
bad
hard
thing.
thing.
Because you don't get that time back.
But when
Unless
your
you do a
hands
dedicated
forced,
route, they pay good.
Safety.
when you're forced to do something, you have to sacrifice.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I just have to hope that when he gets older, he understands.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of salt in my life.
Do they want these back?
Oh,
No,
you want
they
it back?
make too many trouble.
Kevin, you want these back? Hey, can I read? Let me
No,
read.
trust me, I
Let me
have a
read
computer
Spillman's.
full of them.
I haven't read Spillman's.
This is pretty much
We
just
don't
about
need
everything
copies
about
of
him.
any of that.
Okay.
Here's
I left
your
the
copy. I
printer
got
when it
my
was still
copy.
printing.
When he can tell
My
he's been
copy's
drinking
over there.
towards the end. Yeah.
Yeah, my copy's over there, because I'll take these down to Terry tomorrow.
Okay.
Kevin grew up with her. Kevin
I'll
was very
definitely read it in the paper.
And that's really cool, but just
need to
give
give
us
that to
the
the man behind
legal
you.
advice that we need.
Terry will tell you what to do.
Yeah,
What?
just give us the legal
You need to
advice.
give all that to the man behind you.
Well, no, he's picking me up in the morning.
Yeah, but he's the one sober.
Oh, there you go. That's a good point.
This way,
Here,
you,
fucker, now that you fucking,
Well,
yeah.
if you go before 10 o'clock, he'll be sober. So
I
you just
don't know
gotta go,
about that.
But you gotta go before 10 o'clock in the morning, you'll be sober.
Well,
Well, no, he's got church.
I think he's gonna be
Oh,
fine. Yeah, I got Bible study at 9 to 10:30, or 9:30 to 10:30 in the church, and 10:30 to 11.
That's why I said pray for me.
Larkenburg. Mark Armstrong. Oh, Mark.
I don't know any of the churches around there, I just know where they're building my mom's house down on that, Banner Road.
You got anything planned?
not really. I don't care. If you guys want to swing by and pick me up, I'll go with you.
I don't see why we couldn't. If you want to go.
Get me out of the house.
And you know some legal in and out more than probably me and Lonnie, so you can kind of.
She in Lawrence? or Grantville?
Grantville.
Okay.
She's got an office out of her house in Grantville, but she's also got an office in Lawrence.
Just call me or text me and say, hey, you're on the way. So I know. And I can be ready, so I'm not just laying around in my PJs on a Sunday.
Yeah, we don't want to see. We don't want to see that.
Yeah. Sunday's my lazy day.
Yeah.
That whole deal.
Yeah.
Keith Austin never went to John first. He should have come to you first and said, hey. But it was already a done deal. But it was a done deal.
It was a done deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I said,
When I walked in there, that was going to be the deal. I could tell.
I could tell that you knew that was what was
Well, you
going
even made
on.
the comment when you walked in the shop. I probably just got my ass fired. You know, me and Greg. What y'all talking about, you know?
What did Sean do?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was pretty childish.
Yes.
It was Sean. It was.
Everybody knows in our world that you're going to say shit when you get frustrated. That's just...
Well, like I told Linda, the week before,
You can't be adults in that fashion, then you shouldn't be working here. Right?
the week before on End Road, there north of that Catrol lives on End Road. The next house up, there was a real bad drop off by that guy's mailbox. So I windrowed 27 ton in there. He's out there with that grader, got it locked in 4-wheel drive. The fucking tires are spinning, trying to move the whole goddamn load
Well,
at
you
once.
got to take a little at a time.
Yeah,
You can't take everything at once.
Yeah.
he's trying to move that 27 ton all at once. Front wheels are spinning, the back wheels are
That
spinning.
shows how amateur he is in that blade.
Yeah.
And on that recording, Linda, I'm dead serious. You have that legal right. The only thing the state law says you cannot do is take a recording device, place it in the room, and then walk out. That recording device has to stay on you.
With
all-
me.
As long as it's in
With
your
me.
pocket or on your body, and it's with you at all times, they cannot stop you legally.
Is there a recording app that,
You have an iPhone?
yes?
There's something, and Mark Tonin had it, that as soon as it's recorded, it's automatically
Do you have
sent
an
to
Apple
your...
Watch?
No, I don't.
Get you one. It's voice memos. Just record.
Okay.
Just record.
Voice memos.
Yeah, just don't close your phone. Just don't close your phone. Just record and just stick it in your pocket.
And
Or
then
stick
you-
it in your
And then you're
shirt pocket.
legally.
So they can't see that you're recording. You'll record all we want. And when you're done with it, you're out. Shut it off.
I just want to be in the huddle.
Anytime you suspect something might be going on that you're weary, cover your ass, Linda. Cover your ass.
I know. He is
And I told these
definitely.
guys after that John incident that they're coming, he's coming.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah. Oh, I'm over that. I'm over that.
Retaliation is here.
I've dropped that. I'm over it. You bailed his ass on that. No, you're not.
I did. Well, I was mad and I could have had a really
Well, hell, he said it like 5 times while he was trying to sit there and eat dinner.
I already left the office because he was already and saying stuff about it, so I left. And what you do, he comes out there and does it again.
Yeah, when we sat there, I sat there trying to eat dinner.
Like I said, I went you.
I was so pissed off that I put that one video out and I said, fire his fucking ass and put Linda in the spot.
I know you said that. And so then he says, well, Ward, Smith got you. And I said,
I'm kind of in the background, going, cheerleader going, do it.
I said, just that he knows.
You earned our respect. I want to let you know you earned everybody.
Really great if her and I.
We got your back.
It still was very interesting.
And thank
Yeah.
you for taking
Kevin tells me everything.
full time tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with them. If they go, I'm going to go with them.
Swing by, pick you up on the way over and get ready.
That's fine.
Because you'll remember some things
Well,
that
I
we talked
needed
about that I won't remember.
get off
You know,
the road.
lots of stuff.
And I know more of the, I know a lot more of the legal background
And,
stuff
you know,
too.
Linda knows that nothing is directed to her. So even I have to take what I presented to Chief Officer with me tomorrow to let her read through it as well. So for my lawsuit or whatever, she's got the facts, you know, that the copy's already in my file, but it's not a personal attack to Linda. You know, even at the time that I did it, it was not a personal attack, even though I knew that it broke her heart to have to sit there and listen to me say what I said. It was never truly a personal attack towards her. It was directed directly at Kefauver and Wade Cormier. Because they blew both of us up and said Linda Jackson will not get that job. They told us in our interview.
Yep. Yeah, they told us that.
I'm gonna call you
Really?
I feel that they've only got
Ninja Santa.
Yeah.
So they
And not that they need that thanks to Todd.
Come right
Scott
up.
When you
came
ripped
up
the
to me
hoses
and
out of the
said,
trailer
well,
that day,
to put an app in, would you be willing to go to the commission for a meeting?
Power.
Or an interview? I said, yeah, but I think there's other people that put one in too, didn't they? Because I really don't want the position, you know, because I knew exactly what he was going to do. He goes, yeah, well, Linda put one in, but he didn't get another interview.
Morning I got back.
Bryson didn't get another interview, it's just going to be you, Lonnie, and the commission.
Yeah.
Well, then we get down there to that interview, lo and behold, you're sitting out in the hall.
Well, he said to
And
me
that morning, he
in
said-
the morning meeting,
Yeah.
do you
Right.
really think
I'm like,
you got anything
you
else
were
to
worried
add?
about me, but
Yeah.
did any of you?
And Wade sitting there said, yeah, I think you need to go.
You know,
And Wade says, don't you think you ought to
Well,
go?
this is Kefauver. I didn't talk to Wade about that.
Well, that was Kefauver.
No, it was Kefauver.
Kefauver told me you were not going to be interviewed. You were not going to be interviewed. It's just Lonnie and I.
Okay.
It was down to Lonnie and I, is what I was told.
So why wasn't my name even mentioned in the deal in an interview?
Exactly.
We were blown away when I come out and you're sitting up in the hallway.
When,
I was like,
when
wait a minute. We were told.
When
I was
Wade
out there. I was the
and
only one
Matt
out there
and
in this
Kefauver had
mess.
their discussion,
You know.
Matt
And then
told
none of
him
you
that he
called
wanted
me.
me
You
to
waited till
apply
I
for the
got
position.
home.
So Matt told the commissioner that I was his recommendation for Wade's spot. So that's why I went ahead, because I told him, I said, no, I'm not
He
going to
even
get
had a
in.
picture of me in there.
And Matt said, well,
Wade's the only one that talked me into it because I wasn't going to.
yeah,
And I told the
Wade
commissioner.
talked me into it.
And I
That
told
day
the
that I went to
commissioner
the
right in my
doctor
interview, I said, I
for
don't
the
want it.
EKG.
I told the commissioner, I don't want it because I'm not going to have my head chopped off when something goes wrong.
They tried to talk me into it for a freaking year.
And I didn't. Yeah.
I knew what it was gonna pertain.
I was specifically told,
We were
I was,
at,
When you came and talked to me, I said, do you really
I
want
went
to
to
be put in
the
that
funeral.
position?
Yeah.
I know my husband has
I did.
ripped my ass numerous times. Are you?
there's a reason why I told them personally, I don't want it.
Deals that you cook.
Because all you're doing is gonna be a puppet.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Everybody
Well,
was going
I wouldn't be his puppet. I'd be fired
The other one-
right
Well, that's
away
just it.
because
See,
I wouldn't side with him.
Yeah, they knew that I'm not going to keep my mouth shut. They knew.
And they
that-
knew I
that
wasn't. I've already put out how many posts and how many videos at that
That is,
time.
I know exactly those cookers. I know exactly what you're talking about.
How's it go? I'm trying to veer her off in this direction.
I got now, it's
I think you did, because all the women.
Do you have a
think
picture?
about it, he's got all women under it, right under it. And he likes it that way. 'cause he thinks
He
can
likes
manipulate
women
her.
and,
He thinks he can keep his thumb on, yep.
and she'll never cross me.
Yeah,
She'll never,
yeah. She won't bull up to me or nothing like that.
Yeah.
She'll just, oh, okay, yeah.
yeah, I'll do whatever you.
He doesn't like women with enough guts to stand up to him.
And when I told the commissioners in my first interview, I'll never forget this. They said, well, why do you think you want to get it? Or, you're a woman. And I said, because I have more balls than most men.
For the railroad
I thought they
also.
were all.
That is an
Oh, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
I thought they were all gonna get.
No, that's a.
Yeah. You have more balls than all four of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only difference between me and you is I would ask them, would you like me to share mine with you? I would give them to you. So, exactly. Because like I said, I don't have anything to lose.
Right.
And I don't.
I am not
I don't.
invested in the
200
county.
yards back in
You
there.
know,
Yeah.
I am going to make sure that my house gets finished. I'm
5
gonna make
years,
sure.
my 5 years is going to be
We
January.
had to face the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're fully invested.
You gotta be 7.
No, I won't be full. They changed that.
Awesome.
5 years.
That was
7 years
awesome.
invested.
Yeah.
No, they said 5. No, 5 years, and then you're invested to where you can draw. It ain't gonna be
When
much.
my wife worked for KJCC, the prison for the state, she said it was 10 years to be invested then. And then they upped it. And I thought they upped it to 15 years. Not here?
Not Jackson.
Okay. So it's 5 years for Jackson.
I thought they said 7.
I think it's just 5.
I don't know.
Does depend on what year you're in.
She's like, I need to know.
No,
How
time
many
is
years
time,
you
no matter
into
what
it?
tier you're in.
Okay. Well, I'm well invested then, so.
Yeah, you're good. You're way good. Because mine is, I did 5 years of school. And 5 years here.
You go make her home tonight?
So 5 years.
Okay.
I made a half a drink.
Okay.
Be careful going home, Linda.
Gentlemen,
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for
as
coming.
always.
Good vacation if I go. I'm not gonna be at work on Monday, Linda, so I won't see you.
Thank you very much for being such a great host this time. Okay.
I'm not gonna be at work on Monday, so I'm.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you. We got your back, we got your back from this.
All right, Raymond,
Okay.
Hi, guys.
All lay out.
give me a call or a text or something. Let me know whether or not we are going. Okay? Just let me know. If we can't make it tomorrow, we'll schedule another meeting.
If she says no, she can't do it today, we'll try to schedule a day during the week. I mean, we all get off there at 30. It ain't like.
And I think just tell her, we're not expecting to take 5 hours of your time. We just want to present you with what we got and give your legal advice on how do we proceed step by step.
She may take that from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she may not have answers. She may have some, but she may not have answers, but she can.
But the main thing
Or she
is,
could take it and then we try to schedule another meeting in the evening where she could come up and say, hey, here's what we need to do. Here's how to do it.
And we can schedule another meeting, like you said, and she can come up.
but it does have to be, it has to happen fast.
Yeah.
It's got to get in that paper so the public can.
Well, all we're gonna do is Mike sway it to the board. The big renter deal. It's all put pressure on them. They're gonna have to do things right. And they're gonna have to see that key fob is the problem we've been telling you.
Yep.
And he's got to do it.
Yeah, because them motherfuckers won't come talk to us.
No.
We've tried.
Several times, several.
And if they would have just come and talked to us, it probably could have eliminated what we had here tonight.
Yeah, and I told him, you go into your employees.
Because
And you will find out what's
it's getting to him, but it ain't getting from him to
because
them.
Yes.
key fobber
Yes.
will disrupt the meeting and have one of us talk over everybody fits, and
Yep.
present his
And
case.
put in his 2 cents and what he thinks and why he thinks it's not right.
They need to hear it from the people that's doing the job,
Yeah.
period.
All right, we'll see you guys. Thank you.
Yep.
You be careful, Lonnie.
Always. And then, like I said, tomorrow I'll just come by your house after church. And then if we haven't heard from Raymond, we'll just call him from right there in your driveway.
That'll work.